Go.
Hey, what's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Lil King, Riding High Podcast. Riding High with DJ Lil King, you know what I'm saying? We got a special guest in the building tonight, live on Saturday night, you know what I'm saying? Riding High Podcast. Tone, Mr. 361 Records is in the building, you know what I'm saying? We finna take it through there from the early stages of Corpus rap to the beginning of his rap days, and we finna run through it all, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Y'all make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Y'all make sure you share this shit. The volume was off because we didn't have the volume on. We just turned it on, y'all. We good. Shit.
Appreciate y'all looking out, though.
Shout out Vic behind the scenes, Freak Man behind the scenes, Alex behind the scenes, Cantu behind the scenes. Got my dog Droopy M in the building today. Gonna help me out a little bit with the interview, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to the beginning, man. Tone, where are you originally from?
I'm from the right there, like old Robstown Road. Considered the west side, right there, close by the quad on the other side of the tracks. So I grew up on a street called Liberty.
Already.
Yeah, so I grew up right there. So I was like in the Miller District, Driscoll District, Oak Park Elementary. So I went to all those schools growing up.
Is that like over there, like kind of like by like the golf course and shit like that, like by that part?
It's over there, like where the HEB on Leopards at.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's over there. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that street I grew up on, my mom and my dad, that's where they met, on that same street.
Oh, shit.
So my mom used to walk to school, my dad be whistling and shit out the window. So that's how they met, and that's how I got put up in that whole block. So.
Hell yeah. Shit, what elementaries and schools did you go to as a youngster?
I went to Oak Park. Back then they went up to 6th grade, remember, Vic? They went up to 6th grade. So from there I went to Driscoll, and then from Driscoll I checked out, and I ended up going to TYC. So I fucking moved, did some time in somewhere in the valley. It was called Beetle House, like a halfway house.
Oh shit!
So when I came back, I ended up going to Cunningham.
As a teen, how'd you end up going over there as a teen?
Cause we're just doing dumb shit in the hood. We were fucking just bored, and like that one time we're fucking just shooting basketball at my homeboy's crib, and we're just sitting down drinking water, and my homeboy just saying, let's break into that house across the street. So we fucking just went up in that house, and nobody was there and shit, so we fucking jacked that house and shit, and they fucking ended up finding one of my fingerprints in the house, and that's how I got sent up, and I did like 8 months in TYC. But it was just like a halfway house. It wasn't nothing serious, so.
So y'all broke into the house, y'all got away, and a couple of days later, the law showed up knocking on your door?
Well, now I had already had a probation officer, so when they ran my prints, my probation officer just called me and said, hey, you need to come in for a visit. So when I walked in, boom, they just arrested my ass.
As a teenager?
Yeah, I was like probably about, probably like 13, something like that.
God damn, and where they send you to, the Beto thing? And where was that at?
Well, first they send you, it's like a little process. They send you to, it's called Brownwood Reception Center, and then it's like a youth prison. They classify you and see where they're going to send you, what kind of offender you are. And so they send you there for 2 weeks. Then, they take all these tests and have you talk to psychiatrists, all that bullshit. And so they consider me a nonviolent offender. So they just sent me to a halfway house, which was cool because, if they would have sent me to a state school, I'd have to, where you're basically, locked up, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the halfway house, basically you get to go to public school and shit like that, but you got to go live over there.
Oh, shit, already.
So it was cool. So it was in the valley.
Hell yeah. Turn this mic up a little bit, number 2.
He's good over here. I don't know what point you're talking about.
Okay, bet.
Point, turn your shit up.
So whenever you got over there, was they like thugging and stuff like over there in the halfway house? Was there like any gang banging and gangs going on?
Well, when I got there, this is like in 93.
Oh, shit.
So this is like in 93. So when I get to the halfway house, I run into my homeboys from the hood, Martin and some fools from the west side, you know what I'm saying? Some homeboys that, in the hood, they were in a clique called RG. You know what I'm saying? So they were there when I got there, so it was all love, you know what I'm saying? And so from there, it was just, I was only there for like 8 months, like I said, you know what I'm saying? So
8 months in a halfway house?
Yeah, the halfway house. But they sent us to public school, and so check it out. So I'm doing my time, and then my parole officer comes and visits me to see how I'm doing, and he's like, "What have you been doing this whole 8 months?" Because at the time I wasn't even going to school or nothing. I was just there, you know what I'm saying, not doing shit. And he goes, man, as soon as you get your GED, bro, I'll let you out. He goes, you don't have a release date. He goes, as soon as you get your GED, I'll let you out. And I was like, no shit. So boom, I got my GED in 30 days. And fucking just fucking passed that shit. Never been to high school. Just took the test straight up. Studied for about a week. Boom, aced that shit. Fucking got out the next month. Boom, I was out.
Damn.
Came back home. So, but like I said, I was a teen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a little kid, bro. I just thinking I knew what the fuck I was doing, but it was just all bullshit.
Hell yeah. So when you get home, is the hood the same? Has it changed any, or what's going on when you get back to the hood?
Nah, everything's the same basically. So I just basically went back to the same shit, the streets, and so I growing up. It was just me, my mom, and my sister. So I didn't really have a father figure in my life. So that's why I was always getting caught up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have no brothers. You know what I'm saying? So you know the streets is where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Meeting motherfuckers at school, skipping school. You know, just up to no good, stealing cars, you know, having bets, who can steal the most cars in one night type shit. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who won?
And back then, we was good at what we did, bro. Like, we get in the car, pop that hoe quick, dog, and fucking roaming the streets. The Jet Team back then, shit, they knew all of us, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That Jet Team was something serious back then.
Yeah, it was crazy. Hey, like, it's like Vic knows, back then, the gang culture was real tough, bro. Those people dying, bro, like, you know, 13, 14, 15-year-olds out there really putting in work, bro. Like, crazy-ass shit, dog. Like, dumb shit, you know, now that you look back at it. But that's the way it was, you know. It went down, you know what I'm saying? Like, it went down, bro, for real. I'm glad I'm still here. To be honest with you, shit.
So when you get back to Corpus, you already got your GED. So I'm guessing you, around 14, 15 when you get back?
Yeah, 15. So
what is there to do for a 15-year-old?
So
they ain't got to go to school, basically.
Exactly. So when I get back, same shit. I get in trouble again, so they send me up. I go back and do another 7-8 months. So when that happened, that was the last time I went up. Whatever. So it was another whole halfway house deal. It was never state school deal. So I come back home, and then basically that's when I started jumping into the streets as far as moving dope and shit like that.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying? Because my mom, she always struggled. So. And dope's always been around, you know, growing up because my mom, she used to fucking drive bows from Mexico, you know what I'm saying? She was like basically like a mule working for somebody, you know what I'm saying? And so growing up, I was just around that type of environment, you know what I'm saying? And my mom always, you know, she was switching dudes, but she was young, you know what I'm saying? Young with a son and 2 daughters, dog. Like, it was tough for her. So she was always just trying to cling on to whoever was going to help take care of us, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of shit we're growing up in. And most of the dudes that she picked, they were involved in the game somehow. So I was seeing all that shit. Damn. And then them motherfuckers, you know, my stepdad, Jesse, bro, I always tell my sister, I wonder where that motherfucker's at. I still, you know, think about that fool because he's the one that put me on game. And I never forget, bro, he told me to come in the room one time and he was like, check this out. And I had never seen coke in my life, bro. It's just a big old plate like that. I was just tripping out. And he was like, you want some? And I was like, hell no. But that's when he started showing me what he was doing and shit. And so it was crazy, dog. He started taking me around just, you know, these older heads, bro. And I remember going to Guatemala and shit. And like at, you know, 15 years old and just seeing these older heads, dog. Like you could just tell they're OGs, like down ass killing motherfuckers, bro. And just being around that whole shit, bro. That's just the way it was, bro. You know what I'm saying? The mission was just to pay the bills, you know what I'm saying, help my mom. And my mom would put it on me and tell me, like, you know what, you're the man of the house. So when she would have her dudes come over, I remember one time I woke up and that's when my stepdad, Jesse, this is how when I first met him and shit, I woke up one morning and this dude sitting on the recliner with his shirt off, fucking kicking his feet up.
And you never seen this dude ever before?
Yeah, no, I just woke up and I'm like, so I'm like, fucking, by this time I'm like 16, 17, and
she's already told you you're the man in the house before that point.
So by then I'm already like, shit, I'm down to buck up to whoever, bro. It's just the way I was, you know what I'm saying? So I walk up and I say, hey, who are you, dog? Who you think? I said, no motherfucker that can have his shirt off and shit and kicked up his move, bro. And then he like looked at my mom like, are you gonna tell this fool something? She was like, hey, it is what it is. That's it. So, but man, we ended up being real tight, dude, me and that dude, man. We fought. That motherfucker bit me right here, dude, and bit a piece of meat off my arm, bro. Damn. Like, it was just that type of shit, bro. That was our norm, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy, dude. Like, I remember we were laughing shit because he'll be like, man, I've never been in a relationship where I feel like I can't even tell my chick shit. Like, I can't even cuss at her or anything because her son's right here ready to whoop my ass if I talk bad to his mom and shit.
Yeah, damn.
Cause my mom, hey, dude, he talks sideways. My mom, bro, here, he knew what time it was. Like, hey, we're gonna go back. We're gonna get it on, bro.
So y'all fought a lot. Just you hear him going, talking crazy to your mom, and next thing you know, y'all boxing type shit.
Yeah, and that's just the way it was, bro. And it was normal. And the next day, like nothing happened.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up, we're like best of friends. Like nothing ever happened, bro. After that shit,
God damn. At what age do you start smoking bud and shit?
my uncle put me on bud. My uncle Tony. He would send us into the store to fucking jack shit for him, and he'd wait outside and shit. He would fucking send us in a fucking blue jean coat with all these pockets and shit. And that bitch was fucking big as motherfucker. Remember that store right there, Vic, on Leopard, where Wins and all that was at? I mean, Wieners and all that shit was at. There was like a grocery store right there, and he would send us in there and steal all these fucking candies and shit. So. But yeah, he's the one who put me on weed, dude. He's the one who put us on jacking. Like he would send us on missions, bro. Like
and y'all was kids?
Yeah, I was in an elementary, bro, when all that shit was happening, bro. Like he would send us on missions, and motherfucker would wait outside, and if we got caught, boom, the cops would take us home, and we never said that he's the one that sent us in there. He would always tell us, "You don't say shit, don't say shit." And yeah, that motherfucker, he's a motherfucker, dog.
God damn.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit I grew up with, bro. Like straight
Every
up.
day.
So when Jesse starts putting you on game, how much of the game does he put you on? Like, how far in the game does he put you? I guess I would say like that. Or he's just showing you, and he's not really.
He just really just showed me, like, he just brought me around the shit. Like, he wasn't really like.
I'm gonna front you some dope.
Yeah,
type
like
shit,
breaking the game down. Like, it wasn't like that. It was just he would take me and he would tell me, "This is what you do." You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna figure out real quick that, you know, if you don't. He goes, the way you're going. He goes, if you don't got something to fall back onto, this is what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Type shit. So. He was just, you know, just having me around, you know what I'm saying? Just watching shit.
So whenever you say you would go to a lot of modern hang out with like all the older heads and shit like that, were you indulging like in the shit that they were doing, or were you just watching? Like they were smoking and drinking, were you right along with them?
Nah, I was smoking and stuff like that. Don't let me sip and stuff like that. So by then, yeah, I was already fucking around like that.
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't in it, you know what I'm saying? Like straight up. Like I wasn't doing my own thing or anything like that. But it wasn't until when my mom left that dude, and that's when I started, you know, I got to help my mom out. So, you know, one of my homeboys, I can't mention his name, you know, we used to go to Winstill together, because I used to go to Winstill too.
Already.
And I used to go to school with like Cedric and all them fools, Cedric Chase. Like I lived in the north side for a long time. That's another thing too. Like I lived in the projects, you know what I'm saying? Like we were only like maybe one of 10 families that were living in the north side at the time. Like it was just none but black people, bro. Like that's when Blue Monday was there, you know what I'm saying? Like Northside Bomb Squad was active back in those days. Like I grew up right there on Young and on Tanner. Like I got a lot of Northside people, and I lived there for about 7-8 years in the north side right there in the project.
That was after you had got out of the programs and all that stuff?
Nah, that was during all that time.
Oh shit.
That was during all that time. Like that was all that right there. Like when I was going to doing all that time, that's where I was living at in the north side.
So you get out of the programs or whatever and go right back to the north side.
Yeah, that's where
Back to the trap.
Back to the projects. And I remember there was a time, dude, my cousins, they didn't believe me. I had some cousins from San Antonio, and they wanted to come stay at my crib. And I remember it was probably like 9:30, maybe 10 at night, and they were like, "Hey, let's go up to the store," because I told them there was a store up the hill called Henry's.
Yeah,
and I tell them, "Hey, y'all," I said, I didn't feel like going. I was just being straight up. I was just being lazy. I didn't feel like going. I was like, "Nah, I can't." I said, "Y'all can't go." He goes, "What do you mean we can't go?" I said, "Cause I'm telling you, I can go, but y'all can't go." And they're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm telling you, dude, y'all can't go right now." So they end up taking off. Well, dude. They just walked to the corner, and I was walking back to the crib, and I just heard like footsteps, and I turn around, and there's one of my cousins, dude, being chased by like 3 black dudes.
Yeah.
You know, trying to click his ass, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't know him. They didn't know them, you know what I'm saying? It was very territorial over there. And so when they see me, they're like, "Hey, Tone, this your people?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Man, you got to go up the hill. They got your cousin over there." So boom, I run up the hill, and boom, they got my cousin right there. They're whooping his fucking ass down. And I'm like, "Hey, that's my cousin." They're like, "Oh man, my bad, Tone." So
was that store right there by Northside Manor, or was this one?
No, it was right there, right up the hill in the projects, right there up the hill. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The one right there around the corner from Northside Manor, from the big Northside. Yeah. The Hill store. Yeah, the Hill store.
There was Henry's, and then the other store on the other side.
Already.
And but yeah, man, the north side was where. Man, that's where I got tested, bro. I was always throwing like squabbing in that bitch, bro. You can ask any motherfucker that lived over there, ask about Tone. Like, I threw down, like, I earned my respect in that fucking bitch, dog.
Did you fuck around in, like, Hillcrest Park or anything like that?
Nah, it was just in the projects, bro.
Oh, really?
That's where I was at, bro, in the projects. And then from there, when we moved from the projects, that's when I moved over there on Veracruz and Torreon, over there in the hood, you know, by the Guardia and shit. And we lived there for years, and that's when I started getting deep in the game with some homeboys of mine that I went to school with. Because like when I was living in the north side, I was going to Windsor, so we'd catch the bus from the north side. The bus would take us to Windsor, and then there I was mixed up with the east side niggas. You know what I'm saying? So everybody from the east side, I was from the north side, but we're over there on the east side with all the east side people. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we mixed up with, and then it was just crazy. And gangs were big back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, so RG, NHC, Spades, like, just name it, all of them. You know, that's when that whole era was about. Drive-bys, gang culture. That's what it's all about back then. You know what I'm saying? So,
were you involved in any music or anything back in those days?
In those days, I grew up on a lot of just West Coast and you know, Texas shit. UGK, you know, Spice One, you know, Tupac, just the regular shit that everybody was on. Like, I know a lot of artists, you know, they talk about New York and stuff like that, but man, I'm just one of those that I've never catered or I've never just got drawn to New York music. It's always just been the South and just West Coast, bro. Like, that was my biggest influence, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I remember if it was anything music, I remember we would just get stoned, be cruising around, and just rapping word for word like the Snoop Dogg album. You know what I'm saying? Tupac. You know, seeing who could do the whole song without messing up and shit. Type shit. That's what we would do and smoke, and just that's what it was. That's as far as music goes back then.
I remember them doing that shit with like mystical tracks though.
Yeah.
They were like, do the mystical verse though.
Sunrise Mom was still around when Mystical came out, bro. I remember when the Camelot found his tape.
No shit.
You know what I'm saying? When his first tape came out, I remember when I jacked that hoe from there, dog. I didn't have no money. I'll go over there and I'll jack everything in that bitch, bro.
I feel that.
Hey, that's the way we were, bro.
I was telling them how we were sliding CDs out of double discs in our back pockets.
I'm telling you, growing up where we grew up, bro, you had to have that type of mindset, bro. Like, if motherfuckers took me somewhere to like a party, like we'll go to parties on the south side, right?
Yeah.
And we'd be like in somebody else's house. They don't even fucking know us, but we're there because we were some chicks and shit.
Yeah.
And so, boom, our criminal mind is already like, shit, we're gonna get whatever. We're everybody's partying, but we're over here peeping game, like we're gonna get this bitch. And that's what we did, bro. Like, that's where we come from. That's the type of shit that it's crazy, bro. But that's the way we lived, bro. Straight up. Survive, bro. Like, you know, if you weren't from us, hey, everybody's game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
straight up.
It's just the way it was, bro.
Grimy as fuck.
Yeah, bro, straight up.
Yeah.
Did you ever end up like going like to prison or TDC, anything like in like your around like your late teens, you know what I'm saying? Like 18, 19, early 20s?
After I went and did, you know, that stuff I got into when I was a teen, like I think I'm glad that happened, because after that is what taught me how to move afterwards.
Really?
So it's like I learned my lesson. You know, again, locked up at an early age and being taken away from my family is one thing that I didn't like the feeling of, because I knew me and my mom were like, you know, me and her were like best friends, and you know, we would lean on each other for, you know, to survive, you know what I'm saying? Because, and
you're her only boy, right?
Yeah, so like there'll be times, dude, where if I wasn't home, I'd have to call my mom and like, hey, look, hey, the scales right here. Boom. Show her how to weigh the shit out. Boom, my mom's there hitting the lick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we did, bro. And shit, that's the way it was. I love my mom.
Facts, bro.
And you know what? A lot of people they hear that shit and they think that, you know, it's a fucked up way to grow up, because it is. Because now when I have my kids, I'm not trying to raise them like that. Not knocking my mom, but there's just times where you got to do what the fuck you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So when times got rough, me and my mom, hey, bro, we're like, hey, watch out for us, bro. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like. And that's just, and anybody else too that we're a part of it. That's just the mentality we had, bro. It was always on the come up, bro. That's what it was always about.
People, a lot of people talk about like Club Soda and like other teen spots and stuff. Did you ever fuck with any of them spots like that, or you weren't really into like the breakdancing scene or anything like that as a youngster?
I was more into the gang culture, bro, and just being on the streets. I never, like, when people would talk about like what was that skater thing?
City skates.
Yeah, like city skates and The only time we went to Cityscapes, we went over there one time. Do y'all remember when they first came out with those North Side, East Side shirts with lightning and shit, and there was big old, it covered your whole front of your shirt? Y'all remember that shit?
Kind of like a fucking, like the ones that used to do the Tigers and the shit like that too with the electricity.
No, it just said North Side and then West Side, like in big old English letters, bro.
Already.
Yeah, that's when they came out with everybody was wearing them, bro, throughout the city, bro. Well, we all went and we all had Northside shirts, dude. And we went to Cityscapes down. We got into some fools, dude, and got into this big old fight. And then they banned anybody from having, like, nobody could wear those shirts after that shit.
Damn.
And that was the only time we went. We just went to go start some shit, bro. Like,
yeah.
that's just the way we went. Hey, Big Nose, we'll go to parties, bro, and we're already there just sizing up the foods that were there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're already sizing foods up. Like, hey, listen, we're going to
went to the party just to fight.
Yeah, we're not really just to fight, but, you know, hey, just
or just hope wishing a motherfucker would.
Yeah, just.
That's what we call a good time.
Yeah, it's just the way it was, bro. And it's crazy, bro. Like, man. I hope if there's anybody watching that used to go to Windsor with me, I hope y'all could speak on the shit the way it really was, man, because, man, we did some crazy shit over there at Windsor.
Who were some of the people that or may have been involved in like the rap community over the years that was over there at Windsor with you? You said Chase was over there?
Yeah, Cedric was there.
Was Dap there?
Nah, Dap's a little bit younger than me.
Okay.
Man, dude, there's a lot of people, bro, but it's just like a lot of them people ain't really around.
Not really, for sure.
They're not really got nothing to do with music, really.
Already.
But now there's a lot of people that are still around in the city. Like, don't get me wrong, but as far as music now,
hell yeah. Shit, when do you start getting involved like with music? Shit, when do you start getting the bug for music?
Well, the way I got into music, like I said, when I moved to the hood right there on Veracruz, that's when I met my homeboy Mingo. He goes by Days Cutter. That's what he calls himself in the music scene.
Already.
Shout out.
Yeah, I met that fool. He lived on Torreon, and I lived on Veracruz right there in the hood. And so I met him because I was looking for some weed, and the dude linked us up. And so that's how I started buying weed off this fool. And he would come to my house with these pads and shit, and I would tell him, what are you doing? Because he'd be there, writing shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, I just write music and this and that. I'm like, no shit. So it started like that. I would watch him do it. And then we got a karaoke machine, so there he is recording, shit like that. So one day I just jumped on with him, fucking around. So we started making tapes, just for like my uncle and just people we knew and shit like that, rapping over instrumentals and shit like that. So we just started like that, and then
where y'all getting the instrumentals from?
Just from like regular shit, you know what I'm saying? Like
the Bomb Records and shit like that.
Yeah, like Notorious B.I.G.
Nah, before that.
Master P, you know what I'm saying? We'd find, when they would
like
release CDs,
when the singles,
we'd get those and we'd rap over them. You know what I'm saying? Like the Locks beats, all kinds of shit, just different shit. And so my uncle, which is my Uncle Vic, he's always done AC work, right? So he was doing a job for this promoter, and he used to work at Johnny Land or whatever. And that's when they were doing that Lollapalooza with Snoop Dogg and all that shit.
Ew.
And so he finds out he's a promoter, and my Uncle Vic did. If you met this fool in person, you know him, right, Vic? Like, if you met this dude in person, bro, he's a crazy-ass motherfucker. Dude, always drunk, just loud, bro, but has love for who he has love for, and like, and if you're doing music, like, hey, he'll go out there and he'll rep for you, bro. Like, he'll tell everybody about you, bro. Yeah. So when he found out this dude was a promoter, he remembered that I had started, just doing those, karaoke bullshit. He went and told him, hey, my nephew, he makes this music.
Makes seem like I was a platinum artist.
Yeah. We didn't even do nothing ever serious.
All y'all had was that karaoke stuff.
It wasn't even nothing serious, bro. We didn't even have a name or nothing, bro. So so this dude calls me. He goes, hey, I'm looking for opening acts and this and this and that. So I'm like, man, I'm thinking it's a joke, right? So I'm like, whatever. Who gave you my number? And he's all, Vic. So I'm definitely thinking it's a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying?
Because y'all don't even have an original song at this point, right?
It's just those tapes, just rapping whatever we wrote. We would write and, and just lay it down.
But on other people's beats, though. That's,
And so
the dude calls.
So we end up not fucking doing anything with that show, but it connects us with that promoter, and this dude links us up with, Vendetta and them, right, Mike? Yep. Well, Mike used to have a label back then called Six Regime. And that was like one of the first labels, like Dapper Don. He was fucking with Mike around that time too. And that's when the Donkey Boys, the Warda Click.
Yeah.
The Warda Click was already recording with Slick's Regime, right? They had signed like a little deal with them, right? So well, this promoter knows these fools and takes my tape to them dudes like, hey, I want to put these dudes in the studio. It was just all happening real fast, right? Like I didn't even know he was doing all this shit.
Yeah.
So the dude calls me up, hey, I got you a session set up, to come record at these fools' studio, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't do music like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm tripping out. And Mingo's like, let's just go down, let's go down. And so we fucking go, and they have a beat, and they have this fucking. Back then, they recorded on these Akai's.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It was all digital. It's when they first went digital, you know what I'm saying? It was right after the ADAT transition, you know what I'm saying? So, so we go over there and they play the beat. So we write the song and we knock it out with those dudes like what we did, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, hey, well, what's up? We're trying to start up a label here in Corpus. We already got, the Wired Up Click. We want y'all to be our second, group or whatever. So that's when we formed up a group called Southern Tip. Which was me, Mingo, and my homeboy Jay Smooth, and my homeboy Sweet B, Brandon Bryant.
Oh shit!
So we started up a group, and then, so we just started knocking down tracks over at the studio. So we really started taking it serious then, because now we're going to the studio. Now these people were, it wasn't like something something that they signed us money, or it was just a verbal agreement. Like it was like, let's just see what we can do. Type shit, You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really nothing about no money type shit. So. And we're like, fuck it, shit. It's a real studio. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's when we started taking music serious. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And back then, it was only like Four Corner, Small Town Killers, Wired Up Click. Dude.
97, right? How do you
like
you say?
90s,
Lollapalooza was like 97.
Yeah, it was like in the 90s, bro. Late 90s already.
97,
like 97, 98.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm bad with is years, bro. But I'm good with timelines, bro. But yeah, so. That's how I met Dapper Don. He would go over there and record with Mike from Vendetta and them. And so
y'all get over there and y'all start recording like some original music.
Yeah, original music.
Did they have a producer or were they just getting beats?
Mike and them were doing all the beats.
Okay, bet.
Him and his homeboy, they would make all the beats. It was all in-house, everything. So, and that promoter, he started getting the shows.
That's what I was going to ask you.
So, yeah, so right away we started doing shows in little, clubs and stuff like that. We even came out on the Domingo show.
What?
It was crazy, yeah.
Boy, woke up early.
Yeah, I did the Domingo
woke up
show.
early for a rap show.
That shit was
10 a.m.
crazy.
rap show.
Hey, that shit was crazy, bro, when they did that shit. Because I was like, what the fuck we doing a rap song on, Domingo show?
Yeah.
But... And it's fucked up, dude, because when we got there, they told us we had a certain amount of time that we were going to come out, right? And it was exactly the 2 verses, right? Because it was me and Mingo, right? Well, they cut it down when we got there, and it was just long enough for my verse, bro. Hey, so we would always fuck with Mingo throughout the years, because like if there was some way we could go back and find the footage, because I used to have the footage saved, right? But I ended up losing it throughout the years, and but Mingo was just in the back, like just moving side to side, where he always crack up about that shit. Shout out to Mingo, but yeah.
God damn.
But
that's like your early 20s, or you're still like late teen at that point?
Nah, I'm like 19,
damn.
20, 19, 20. And by this time, I'm already a dad too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my son. Me and his mom split up, and I raised my son, dog. Like, she kept him for 3 months after we broke up, but after that, I got him, and I raised him. The dude's already like 28 years old, bro.
Oh, really?
I raised him by myself since then, but he was there through the whole thing, bro. My little boy, he saw everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, at the same time, hey, dude, and you know what? And at that time, bro, it was a fucking crazy ass fucking time, dude, because that's when the prison gangs and shit were like bodies popping up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it was at a crazy time, and for 361, the people that know the history of 361, dog, like we're going through some crazy shit at the time, dog. Like it was some real gangster shit going on in the everyday lives that we're living, bro. Like shit.
We'll get to the
shit.
Yeah, we'll get to
that shit later. But what I'm
yeah,
saying is.
yeah.
But yeah, whatever you got next.
Southern Tip.
How
far does that go?
Well,
shout out B. Brandon, he tuned in right now too.
Yeah, what's up, Sweet B?
He said for life.
Already. So how far does that go? And do y'all open up for like any big acts or anything like that?
Yeah, like we did a show downtown at the Center Theater. It's crazy. We're gonna open up for UGK, right? UGK was the headliner, and my homeboy, shout out to my homeboy Jay. This dude was big time baller, you know what I'm saying? So these dudes, Mike and them from, back then they were known as Sixth Regime. That was their label. They're like, dude, we need some money. Let's drop our own show. We need to bring our own act and shit like that. So I hit up my homeboy. I said, hey, we need some money, dog. He was, what you need? I said, they're saying 15 G's.
Damn.
And he was like, all right, well, I'll be right there. So boom, he pulls up to Mike's studio, and Mike and them think I'm fucking around. I'm like, hey, my homeboy say he's gonna let me the money, and he was like, whatever. These dudes they ain't never been around motherfuckers with money, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my homeboy just rolls up straight up, dog. Pulls up, gives me a bag, 15 G's, and then he goes, how much you gonna give me? And I think I told him I think we promised him like 5 or 6 on top. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But I knew we were gonna make money. So.
Did you tell him your plan?
Yeah, we told him everything we were doing, bro. Like,
already.
But the dude at the time, he was balling so hard, bro. Like,
that was $1,500.
Not saying that if something went wrong, like that was my boy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's still my boy.
He was gonna charge it to the game.
That's my motherfucking brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, so he fronted us the money, and it's crazy because when they didn't even make the show, bro. They canceled on the way to the show. You know what I'm saying? So the show was going on.
This was a UGK show?
Yeah, this is the UGK show.
Yeah, this is a different show. This isn't the show that y'all's 15,000 is going to, or this is that show.
Oh no, this ain't that show.
Okay,
no,
bad. Okay.
But yeah, but I'm talking about that UGK show.
Okay.
But I'll tell you about the money that we used.
Yeah, we'll get to that one next.
Who we brought down and shit like that. But the UGK show, we're the group right before UGK performed. You know what I'm saying? So what was crazy, what worked out for us that night, because I'll never forget that night, dude. Like, that place was sold out, bro. Like, it was jam-packed all the way, bro. Like, back then, there was good shows, bro. Like, I'm talking about, it wasn't just like...
Was this at Yellow Rose?
Nah, this was at Center Theater.
Oh, Center Theater. Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, it's fucked up, dude, because you go to shows nowadays, and the city's not really backing up the shows, bro.
Yeah.
And that's real talk, you know what I'm saying? Like... And there's more entertainers and people of the rap community at these shows than actual fans. And back then, we had actual fans, bro. Because that was the first time of all this shit happening in the city. You know, all these shows and people, doing music and shit like that. Like the club culture was big back then, bro.
And to see people that you grew up with performing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Under the UGKs and them type of acts.
Yeah, so we get that show for the UGK. That promoter got us that show. So. What's crazy is, so we're up performing, and that's when they let us know, hey, UGK's not coming, bro. So they still let us go up, right? So it was crazy because I told them, dude, that's when we really started getting a name for ourselves, because it's basically like we're the headliners at the end of the day.
Hell yeah.
We performed for the whole fucking, you know what I'm saying? And
y'all closed out the show.
Yeah, we closed out the show, and it was tight, dude. And then after we got off stage, then that's when they told everybody, UGK ain't coming. And man, everybody was pissed, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody was pissed, dog.
God damn. So then let's get to the story. So homeboy comes and drops off the bag with the money in it. Mike and them thought you were bullshit. Homeboy shows up with the money. You've already run him down the whole plan. What's the next step?
Yeah, and that show we brought down Little Trae. That's when Wanna Be a Baller was hitting.
Man.
So we brought them down, and we advertised that shit, man, on the radio. Like it was a big show. Everybody in the city,
Where was that one at?
That was at the Center Theater as well.
Already.
And what's crazy, what's fucked up on that show, we're going to rehearsals the day of the show, and I had to go pick up my homeboy Mingo because we needed to go to do the sound check and all that shit. Right? Yeah. So I get to Center Theater, and then Mingo calls me, and he's like, hey, I need a ride over there. You know what I'm saying? I can't, I don't got a way over there. I was like, all right, well, I'll go over there and pick you up. So I take off to go get him. Well, I pick him up, and on the way back, I'm coming down Baldwin, and the fucking laws pull me over. Damn. And then, boom, they run my name, got a warrant, boom, get locked up for the next fucking 65 days and fucking...
Damn.
So I missed the show, bro. And I'm the motherfucker that got the money.
That's what I was about to say. Who was the money person? Like, who was in charge of the money and shit?
Hey, but you know what? In that show, too, we put the Wired Up click on. They were on that show, you know what I'm saying? Like... because remember, we're doing everything with Sixth Regime at the time, you know what I'm saying? So everything we're doing it as a label, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool, you know what I'm saying? So
God damn. So
But they performed, everybody got to perform, but they, somebody was doing my lyrics while my shit came out. Yeah, like I was in jail. Hey, I remember being in jail and we got the newspaper, and they did a whole article like what's going. You know, they have the section what's popping for the
Entertainment.
weekend.
Yeah.
They showed a picture of all them foods, and I was looking at this motherfuckers that.
Yeah.
I'm mad as shit.
So Troy showed up and everything.
Huh?
Little Troy
Yeah,
showed
he
up
showed
and
up. Yeah,
everything?
everything went
Damn.
down, dog. Yeah, everything went down. I didn't get to be there for that show, dog.
God damn. So what happens when you get out? Like you did the show make a profit or at least like break
Oh
even?
yeah, we made money, bro.
Damn.
Everybody made money, bro. Everything was good, bro.
Already.
My homeboy got his money back. Everything was cool.
Did it take the 65 days?
Nah, it didn't. They handled all that. My homeboy, you know.
Already, that's what's
cool.
up. That's
That's
what's up.
cool. They're like, nah, you gotta wait till he get out.
Hey, yeah, back then, dude, and you know what? And shout out to my boy Perv. I don't know if y'all heard of Big Perv Productions back in the day. He's the one that brought down like Tommy Chong, and he was doing all these comedy shows during that time. You remember that time, Big? He would pay for a lot of concerts as well. He's the one that started bringing down SPM and that whole era of shit. He was a lot of, did a lot of shit for the city too.
Yeah. I want to say one of the somebody had said something earlier on one of the posts we had made about was like, y'all opened up for SPM or was working with SPM or some shit at one point.
Well, Andy, man, shout out to Andy from Candy Andy, taking my records, man. R.I.P. to Andy. Me and Andy are the ones who started up 361 Records.
That's after the Six Regime.
But that's after Six Regime.
How does that kind of like fold?
Because I had a fallout with Six Regime. Man, do you know what to tell you? I don't even know exactly how it happened, dude. But shit went south real fast, bro. Oh, you know what it was? Is I'm gonna put you on some real game, bro. You know, some real fact shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers they want to talk to me about it. They could talk to me about it, but on some real shit, just to keep it live and direct. The reason we fell out is because of the Wired Up clique. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ended up having beef with my homeboy J Smooth, which was in my group. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what was going on. I don't even know how they got into it, bro. But they fucking released a diss song on my homeboy Jacob, and we're all on the same label, bro. So and it's for everybody to know. You know what I'm saying? Like they put it out. So that's what started the fucking relationship with Six Regime, because I was having a problem. Like, I go, hey, dude, if I run into these fools at the studio, it's gonna go down, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
were y'all tripping on them for even letting them like record that shit?
Yeah, that's what it was. I had a problem with that.
Okay.
And so my promoter right away, this promoter, I can't say his name because he has a respectable business, bro. Like right there off the freeway, successful. I'm not even gonna mention what kind of business it is. But this dude, if you saw this dude, he's a businessman, bro. You would never think that this fool has any kind of G in him, bro. That's not the way he carries himself. But this dude got gangsta on these fools, dog. And he told Mike and them some shit, bro. I don't know what it was, but the motherfuckers gave us all our music. You know what I'm saying? They gave us all our music. But that's how we ended up falling out. And then so, but yeah, it got crazy with Wired Up Click, dog. Shit went down, bro. Shit went down. Some real shit, bro.
So how far along after you leave the Six Regime did y'all decide to start y'all's own thing? And when does Andy come into the picture?
So that's what I'm saying. So when we stopped that Six Regime, because that's the first place that we took it serious. You know what I'm saying? So leaving from there, I was like, damn, dog, like we don't got no equipment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're getting known. You know what I'm saying? People, we're out here in the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like it's popping, bro. So I said we need to keep at this shit. So that's when I ran into Andy, and Andy was talking about making music and shit like that. And Vic knows Andy. We all go way back, from the hood, just from from the gangs and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I knew Andy was from the streets. So Andy hits me up and hey, let's start up a label tone and this and that. I'm like, no shit, let's do it. So Andy, hey, this motherfucker, he had his mom, right? Is fucking motherfucker. If anybody knew credit or talked about credit and it benefiting, was fucking Andy and his family, bro. They were good at that shit, dude. They know how to work numbers and shit, bro. Shout out to Andy and man, miss my boy. But shout out to Drippy. You know what I'm saying? I still holler.
Shout out, Drip.
But he went and bought all the equipment, bro, and he just started to say, recruit some people, and that's when I had Mingo. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy Shawnee D at the time. Who else? Matthew Montoya was there.
Already.
Who else? Or Lil Jacob. We used to call him J Smooth. He goes by Lil Mac. We had him. But like I'm saying, when we that's how we started 361. That's when that whole 361 era started. And
he
that's
bought all the equipment and put it in the back of his mom's house.
Yeah, at his mom's house. He had a little back studio in the back, and shit, dude, we had plenty of fucking good times and crazy times, dude. Like it went off in that bitch, bro. Plenty of fucking stories. You know what, dude? To be honest, even at one time, you know, because you hear a lot of people talk about unity in the city. You know what I'm saying? And back then, we tried that shit.
Yeah.
Early on, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody really had a studio. Four Corner had a little something, you know what I'm saying? But Andy was at that time had the best studio.
Top notch shit.
Yeah, he had the best studio in the city, bro. So we had Lamont and all them fools. What were they called?
Way Out fam.
Yeah, Way Out. We had Small Town. We had Four Corner. We had, man, all these groups. To where we're trying to get every group a day in the week. You know what I'm saying? To where like this day will be for
Four Corner.
Yeah, and then so that's what Andy wanted to do for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Where he was recording, we had everybody in the city coming through that bitch. You know what I'm saying? We were labeled 361, but all these motherfuckers will come over here too and record and collab. You know what I'm saying? And back then, everything was all love, bro. You know what I'm saying? At that time, you know what I'm saying? But after that happened is when a lot of shit, you know, went down in the city and motherfuckers just got territorial after that. You know what I'm saying? But it started off like that, bro. It was really at a time like that. When we had it like that, me and Andy had everybody going over there.
God damn.
It was crazy, bro.
So the Six Regime studio, that was like in somebody's house too, or
that was
like,
at Mike's house and
okay.
and back of Mike's mom's house.
So when Andy came and did it basically on like a bigger level than what Mike and them had previously done it already.
Yeah.
God damn.
I thought they had the studio on the back of the crib too, though, right?
Who?
Andy?
Yeah, in the back of his mom's.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I thought you were saying that Vendetta and them had one like that too.
No, they had one too, but it was a real little one, but it was in the back of their crib too.
Gotcha.
It was right there off of, I think it was 14th Street.
Yeah, shit. I guess give any of
East
us an
side.
extra room and we turn that bitch into a studio somehow, some way. Shit.
Nah, it was small, dude. It was a little ass closet, bro. That's what it was, like a little baby walk-in closet. But it was just enough width for you to stand in there. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
It was perfect,
I've used
bro.
the closet.
I think that's even better than the bigger ones. If you tell me,
I've used the closet under the stairs in a lot of my projects as the fucking booth.
Oh shit!
Put a twin bed up against that little doorway, and that bitch is perfect.
Hell yeah!
So what are some of the first moves y'all start making as 361 Records?
What? So once we get the artists and shit like that, and we just started making music, bro, and basically
y'all found
it's
like a producer and all that shit.
Really, dude. Like I remember hearing stories like with Dr. Dre and them when they would talk about how they were just in his house and just waking up every day and just partying and making music.
Yeah,
that's basically exactly what the fuck we did, because Andy in that house, bro, his mom would let anybody, like Andy would let us all stay there, bro. Like this motherfucker would let us all just, if we wanted to be there for 2 weeks, he would let us be there for 2 weeks, bro. Like we wouldn't even go home type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And we'd be in the studio, dude, for fucking days, bro. And we'd have tracks over there, fucking making beats for us. We'd fucking, back then there was a dude and a chick. They were called Deep and Diabolique. This dude made a lot of beats in the city at the time. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all never heard of them fools?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I remember a
yeah,
couple,
there were a
but I don't
couple.
remember
A
if that
white
was their
dude and a
name.
black girl.
Damn.
And she rapped and he rapped, but they would always do shows like they fucked around with radio and shit in the city, and they ended up moving to like another state and to pursue like radio and shit. Like, but that dude would make a lot of beats, and that's when the drum machine was like fucking Dap was talking about.
Yeah.
Everybody had that little drum machine, bro, and that's what everybody was fucking around on. And you just get four or five tracks. So it was a lot of just hardcore ass beats, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that dude tracks, bro, man. They were talking about, I know King Rich and them were talking about tracks the other day. That dude, I got some fucking heat from him too. Like some of my best songs that I did, he produced, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen him work wonders with, like they say, he'll make magic happen with like a little fucking, just give him a little something that you can make beats on that has sounds. Hey, I'm vouching for what they said, bro. Like I've seen him do it at my house, bro. Like, there's a song I did called Big Ballin' that I did back in those days, and I remember I opened up for SPM in Victoria, and I performed that song, and one of SPM's producers asked me, hey, who made that beat? Like, it caught his ear, you know what I'm saying? It was Trax who made me that beat. Like, that dude was like, hey, dude, like, he was trying to ask me if I wanted to sell him that beat. I'm like, fuck no. Like, he straight up wanted that beat, bro. And I'm like, nah. I said, but I could tell you the dude who did it, you know what I'm saying? But I never got to that, but yeah, shout out to Tracks.
And whenever y'all started the 361 Records, were you still cool with that promoter dude?
Yeah, we're still cool. But by then, I don't know, it's just one of those things where you don't even remember how y'all lost contact, you know? So
really?
time just moved on, and, you know, he moved on and I moved on, and, you know, we just kept it going.
Hell yeah.
So, me and Andy, we had a good run, bro. You know what I'm saying? We had a good run, dude, me and Andy, dude. Like, we did a lot of shit for the city, dude. We did a lot of shit together. I have none but good things to say about Andy, bro. Like, Andy's everything that people say he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, and me and him, you know, unfortunate too, we had a little fallout too. And that's just the thing, you know, in music, bro, it's one of the toughest things, bro, to really keep shit click tight.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So it was just mainly a bunch of egos and just letting the wrong people around a good thing that we had going on. Like, we let people, you know, come around and infiltrate, you know what I'm saying? And it took us on a whole different direction, bro. Like, and it even fucked my mind up in a way, you know what I'm saying? Because now I'm starting to think I want to do this over here, and me and Andy were just thinking on two different ways. Yeah, two different ways. So, so I just boom. I told Andy, you know what? I'll go my way. I want you to drop the name. 361's mine. So I kept the name, and then that's when the whole new 361 started. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
What's the time difference between the two?
Yeah, how long was the run with Andy?
With Andy, shit, dude. But there's a lot to cover, bro, because there's a lot of shit, bro, that it's crazy, dude. We ain't
got nothing but time. Shit, we finna run through this shit.
There's a lot of shit that because it's instrumental, bro, because a lot of people in the city, bro, this rap game is territorial, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, bro. Like, that's why I always tell everybody everything doesn't have to be about unity. But what I mean about that is that not everybody has to fuck with each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Vic were talking about that. Like, let's just say if I called you up for a song, hey, let's do a song. We're two different labels, right? But I like your shit and I want to do a song with you, right? Well, it's a transaction, bro. You know what I'm saying? However we discuss to get your verse on my music, whether it's payment, whether it's, you know, whatever, a favor, whatever, right? And once we do that music, we're not required to keep up and just be fucking click tight. But there's people that if you don't keep it like that afterwards, then they start talking down. It is, it is, bro.
And shit,
yeah, or like if you're not pushing them afterwards or something, if you just go on and just keep doing you, that's what you're supposed to do, bro. It's business, bro. Yeah, so would I like to work with a lot of people? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But there's just politics and all kinds of shit, bro. It's just the realistic side of the business, bro.
So that initial run with Andy, you said, what would you say was like 3, 4, 5 years?
I say about 5 years, yep.
And you say the artist,
and we did a bunch of shit because going back to that when you asked about SPM, Jay Cano from the Cumbia Kings, he was always over there at the studio with us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
And we did music with him all the time, and he was always doing hooks with us and shit. And he hits me up one day. He goes, "Hey, SPM store." That's when SPM had just dropped the Purity album.
Already.
And he was having a album release party over there in H-Town. And he invited me, Andy, my homeboy, what's homeboy's name? I forget his name, but me, Andy, and homeboy from the Cumbia Kings, Jay Cano. So we all go up there, fucking go to his release party. Everything's fucking badass. They rent rooms, go party with them fools. And so they took us to the studio, and it was pretty tight. That's how we started, you know, fucking around with them dudes, and we started doing a lot of opening up for them and shit like that. Like,
oh, really? So
it was really the link with Jay Cano. He's the one that got us in because at that time when we went over there, that's when he dropped that song, "In Love with My Feria." Yeah, he dropped that weekend when we were over there. You know what I'm saying? They're at the studio.
Hell yeah.
So all that time period, that's like during Baby Boy days, right?
Nah, Baby Boy he was a little boy, bro.
He was still a little boy.
Yeah, he was a little baby, bro. I've known Drip since he was a little baby, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was.
But he hadn't started on his music career path yet.
Fuck no. He was the same age as my son. My son, that was like back in 90, 95. That was like 95, 96, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere like that.
Baby Boy started his
Yeah, way later.
Who were some of the artists that were on the original? Because I know you said it was some that were just coming through to just record. But who were y'all's like original like artists that y'all had on the original 361 records?
With me and Andy?
Yeah.
Like Point was one of them. What's Herbert Vela? Yeah, Herbert Vela was one of them.
So your boy Mingo was one of the artists?
Yeah, Mingo. My homeboy Ruben Lopez, he goes by South Coast. He has a group called, man, I forget the name of it, but who else? Shawnee D. He was from nah, Too Swift? Nah, Too Swift had his own shit going on. Yeah, Too Swift always had his own label and everything going on. Who else? Lady Lunacy is some female. We had a female rapping with us. Her name, that's what she went by. Who else, dude? Lil Mac, which is J Smooth. Really, that's it.
When you go on and do your own thing and take the 361 Records name, do you take any of the artists with you?
Nah, I left by myself.
Oh, shit.
By myself. Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna get into specifics.
Yeah, we ain't gotta get off.
Yeah, we don't have to. I would, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But because I really don't care. I really don't care.
Hey, if you want to, shit. That's all
you
on that platform's yours.
Nah, because I'm just saying it's all love because I still see these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta understand.
A long
like,
time ago.
Yeah, you gotta understand, dude. When things happen, bro, you know. Things happen in life, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Not everything starts off right. Like, we're young, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bunch of young motherfuckers, dude, hanging around with some fucking crazy-ass fucking prison-ass heads. Like, it's just the whole influence, bro. It's just the whole life, bro. The whole culture, bro. Like,
trying to make something shake.
Yeah, and it's just that's the way we're living at that time is what we're just living in the moment, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we all made mistakes, bro. We all fucking wronged each other. You know what I'm saying? We fucked each other's bitches, you know, all kinds of shit, bro. Like, there was a lot of inner turmoil going around in the 361 record camp, bro. Because chicks will come over. If you're fucking with a female dog and she came to the studio and you weren't there, game over, bro.
What was she doing there in the first?
I'm just being for real, bro. That's the way it was. Hey, dude, back then it was AOL, bro. Hey, all we do is go on there, AOL, party at 361 Records, put the fucking address. Hey, dude.
So y'all was already on the internet at that time, too,
bro. Like, hey, dude, it was crazy. There was a bunch of shit going on, dog. Like, a bunch of shit going on.
AOL could party.
Did y'all happen to have like a webpage or a .com or something like that?
Nah, it's back then when MySpace too.
Oh yeah,
when MySpace was going on. So that's really the most was just AOL, and we're pushing our shit on there, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and back then, like I'm saying, Andy, hey, dude, we'd throw big parties there, dude, with a whole fucking block, bro. You know what I'm saying? Packed with cars, limos and shit. We'd do shows, dude, roll up in limos. Everybody dressed down, holding two bitches, you know what I mean? And we got that because that dude, the promoter, he always he taught us about propaganda. Always make everything seem bigger than what it really is. So we would rent limos and like do like stars, bro. Like that's the way we did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're seeing SPM and all these fools doing that shit at that time. Lil Kiki and all them. So we were looking at them. We were trying to be like them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just the whole balling lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like we getting money and type shit. Like. So that's my whole thing with the label thing. I always wanted everybody to look at us like these niggas got money and they moving tough. You know what I'm saying?
They real
like,
rappers.
Yeah, like I want motherfuckers to have respect for us, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the way it was, dog. We grew up around that era.
Is that the Chain Days? Is it the
no, that's not yet. No,
not yet. Okay,
that's the second.
Were y'all throwing shows like with Andy? Were y'all like bringing out acts and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're doing a bunch of shows at the time. We're very active in the city, dude. That's when there was a bunch of shows. We're doing a lot of shows at Club 54.
Oh shit.
We did. It was a big old rumble, dude. Everybody knows it. Ask King Rich and all them, dog. They try to bring me on the radio and with another label, you know, to call truce because there was a big old rumble, bro. Like there's some heads got smashed out that night at this show, and we're all perform. We're supposed to perform together, bro. And at the end of the night, it just went haywire, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got shut down, bro. Matthew Montoya, you know what the fuck happened, bro?
God damn. What was Club 54 at?
Right there, Parkdale Plaza.
Right? Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, dude, it went down over there, bro. Man, those were the days, right, Vic?
God damn.
Parkdale Plaza. Shit, bro. Man, it went down. We performed a lot
Point
at that
said
club,
I started
bro.
that right.
Yeah, that's when Lil Kiki came out with Pimpin' Pins, bro. That's when he came down to Corpus, bro. We opened up for that fool over there at Club 54, dog.
Damn, did Screw come too?
Yeah. I've seen Screws like maybe 5 times, dude. Like in shows that I did.
Damn.
And he was there DJing. Like I did a show at the Yellow Rose, and he was the DJ for the whole show. And he was there, dog. We performed there, and yeah, we did. But that's all like the next 361 era, you know. After that, but yeah, I mean, like I said, me and Andy, we did a lot of good things, and
who were some of the acts that y'all brought down under the original 361 records? Did y'all bring down Kiki?
No, we didn't bring down Kiki. No, man, I don't really remember, bro.
It's all good shit.
It was just so much shit that we did, and back then, dude, and talking about we're partying at the time, the whole time, like drunk. Man, there was so many times we could have died, bro, wrecking and shit, just being drunk coming from shows. Like one time, like that night, I'm telling you, when there was a riot at a concert one night, right? And it was us, Four Corner Hustlers, Low Key Ballers, and I don't know who else, dude. But at the end of the night, it was like basically everybody versus everybody.
God,
in the parking lot, bro. In the parking lot. Like, yeah, it was just, hey, dude. And you know what? And I remember I ran to the limo because all the law started showing up, right? So I get in the limo and my uncle's in there, right? It's a trip, fool. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing in here? I didn't even know he was here, right? So I get in. I'm like, hey, where's everybody at? And I don't know. So I'm waiting in the limo for everybody to come so we could take off to Andy's, right? Well, nobody gets in the limo, dog. So I just tell the limo driver, let's go. So we burn off. When I get to Andy's house, dude, everybody went to jail, bro. Damn. So when I get to Andy's house, I'm the only one, me and my uncle, and the other couple people that made it there. Like, hey, where's they? Everybody went to jail. Andy went to jail. Everybody went to jail that night, bro.
God damn, man.
Yeah. It was crazy in those
good
days.
Old days.
Yeah. It was, but that's the way it was in that time. And, you know, it was the whole, everything was crazy back then, but yeah.
So after the split, like, how do you go about, like, getting, like, equipment and getting a place to record and all that stuff? Like, and how do you keep 3-6 records
So that was going? The whole thing. That, you know, my whole thing was, like, I need to keep this shit going, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I felt like I always had something to prove because now this time I'm really on my own type shit. So, but now I'm in the streets as well, you know. I'm in the street moving work and shit, you know what I'm saying? Fucking with some hard hitters, dog, like straight up on some real deal shit. So now my money's up, you know what I'm saying? And then I run into my homeboy from Saki, my homeboy Berta. Shout out to Berta, bro, my homeboy from Saki. This fool's doing it big at the time, and so he has money, and this dude hears about me. Like, me and him just started fucking around one day. So it's like we just met through a mutual friend, you know what I'm saying? And we just linked up real tight, dog. You know what I'm saying? On some everyday type shit, you know what I'm saying? And this fool had major bread, bro, and I had bread, but I didn't have bread like him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, hey, let's do this shit. And this music shit. So boom, he started buying all his equipment. And going back to the Six Regime days, I had met Dollar Bill. Y'all heard William Evans?
Yeah.
Okay, well, back then, they had a group called Porno Peas. That's another group that was down with me and Andy.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, the Porno Peas were a whole sip, but I met them at Six Regime, right? So, because they would pay for studio time with the, what's the name? What's homeboy's name?
Who's it?
From
Mike.
Vendetta? Mike, yeah. They would pay him studio time to go record over there. So, they would make beats. And they were like on some 3-6 Mafia type shit, you know, type beats. So, boom, I started buying beats off of them. So, I kept in contact with them throughout the years, but they were real reserved back then, dude. Shout out to Jimmy Reese, Dollar Bill and all them. Like, they had their own group called the Porno Peas and Smiley and all them. Yeah, and Smiley. But they were click tight to where, because me, I was always like a mastermind, bro. Like, I was always trying to put something together, you know what I'm saying? So when I knew Bill and how to make beats, like, my mind, like, right away is like, I need to get this dude on the team so I can have an in-house producer type shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that was my plan. But they were so click tight that they wouldn't let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, nah, we're Porno Peas, we're doing our own shit. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, but we were always cool throughout the years. I'll buy beats off of them and shit like that. So when I started fucking with my homeboy from Saki, my homeboy Berta, I ran back into Bill. And that's when Bill was doing a lot of shit with just a lot of other people in the city with Grojo. That's when they were doing that whole rock bottom thing around that time. And so
Like
I ended up convincing Bill. Hey, I'm gonna start 361 up again, and I want y'all to be, one of my groups. And they agreed. Boom. So we got down with my homeboy Berta. He started putting cheese into us and told me, hey, Tone, whatever you want me to buy, let me know. So I just we went to Guitar Center and just told him, hey, just bought everything like in 2 days. It's been like, a good nine racks.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Bought all the equipment, bro. And that's when we even had a Happy P. He used to produce tracks for SPM and like people like Master
Happy Perez.
Yeah. Happy P. He was producing a lot of tracks for us back in those days too because homeboy Grimm's brother. What's Grimm's brother's name? Them dudes from Macetown. Man, he was part of that group from SPM.
I know Grimm. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, he has a brother. Well, that's not. No, it's not his brother. It's them dudes, them Shut 'Em Down dudes. Remember that gordito dude?
Shut him down.
Yeah, Shut 'Em Down Records with Bing and all them fools. Okay, well, the chunkier dude, he did business with my homeboy Berta on some other shit, right? So that's what our link was again with SPM and them again. You know what I'm saying? Because they would come down here and fuck with my homeboy on some other shit.
Somebody said Shadow or some shit. Shadow?
Nah, it's not Shadow. Nah,
right.
I had it wrong. It wasn't the brother. It was that other group. But yeah, so that's how we started. That's how we got linked up with Happy P, and that's how I ended up getting a verse from what's that dude, Russell Lee and all that shit.
Oh shit, damn, that's what's up.
I got a hook done from Russell Lee, me, Bill, and Lazy J from the Porno Peas. We did a song with him, and that song we're pushing that tough at that time. But yeah, it was a lot of. That's how shit kept going for the 361 part, and then so I just kept pushing. Then after that, and then slowly but surely, I ended up by myself again. You know what I'm saying? Bill and them, everybody just kind of like went their own ways, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I started. I said I'm really gonna do shit on my own this time on, and that's when the whole new era of the 361, began with the Gotti gang, with Boyo, Pride City.
Who was the first though?
As far as the 361,
New generation, yeah.
it was Boyo. Cause back then in those days, I was Vic. Those were those days in my uncle's house. Remember? Hell yeah. Navigator days. So
What's a Navigator day?
Yeah, so
I've had some
because we were
Navigator
just
days, bro.
fucking. Hey, dude, at that time, bro, the city was in a drought, bro. You know what I'm saying? The city was in a drought. Everybody was selling their chains. It was tough around that time, bro. I remember. And we're the only ones rocking, moving and grooving, bro. So it was a good time for us, bro. And we're just linked up with some good people. Yeah, and all those chains, bro. Those were not real. Those chains. Let me let everybody know. Right. I had one that was real, which was mine. You know what I'm saying? But those I bought because my homeboys were all like, when I went to go pick up mine, they were like, "Oh, you can't be the only one." And we're doing a show that night. Who we're opening up for? Oh, we're opening up. Wasn't it for Zero or who was it?
Was that the Yellow Rose, right?
Yeah, it was at the Yellow Rose.
Damn.
So I think it was Zero, right? And so everybody's like, you can't be the only one with the fucking chain type shit. So I was talking to Zuby from the mall, and I was like, hey, dude, you got something I could just buy, like just for tonight? We got a show tonight, and that's when he had all them. He did all those right then and there, type shit. But hey, he charged me.
He already had the mold and shit.
Yeah,
right?
he charged me $400 each one though, dog. So I paid for it. It's still, even though they were just props for the night for the show.
What were they, silver?
They were white gold.
Okay.
And
so they were real.
But the stones weren't. You know what I'm saying? They were fake.
Okay.
And so they're mainly props for the show that night because it was a big show, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just about putting an image, but yeah, that's what happened that night. But I still paid $4 each one. You know what I'm saying? I paid for everybody's.
How did you?
And then everybody started passing them out to everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say there's like
they started floating around everywhere.
There's a video of you and you're wearing like at least 4 or 5.
Yeah,
of them
I'm telling you, I bought a shitload of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I bought a shitload of them.
How did you get the first artist? You say Boyo was the first artist. How did you even
Well,
get
Boyo, I had there was this dude I would fuck with, and I'd go to his crib, and one day he was there, and that's how I met Boyo. He introduced us, and I had already been homeboy that was there. He already knew that I was already thinking about making music again because I had already started buying my own equipment by that time. So I had already bought my equipment, and Boyo's all like, "Hey, I'll be doing some flows," and he started telling me that he used to be down with Dapper Don, and he was from the east side
already.
So me, I've never really considered myself from just one side, but because I grew up mainly, like I said, over there in the Oak Park area, like Liberty and all that, and the North Side. You know, right there in the Quad. That whole time, my whole life, I grew up in that area. So, but I knew I went to schools all over the city. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mom were always moving. Like we never stayed in one place like more than a year because my mom struggled. So we're always on the move. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, going back to that, Boyo.
Man, hold up.
So I told Boyo, well, let's hit the studio. Let's see what you got. So I like what I heard. You know what I'm saying? And but with Boyo, man, that dude, like he I think Boyo is very, very talented, bro. Like real talk. With all the bullshit that he be getting himself involved in, like besides all that bullshit, like if he really stuck to his craft, like Boyo can be a good artist because Boyo made the best music that he's ever made, you know, when he was on my label. You know what I'm saying? Like I got the best out of Boyo because I'm a producer, bro. Like I'll sit there and I'll tell these dudes, you know, how to say things, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't just sit there and press record and like, no, we're going to get this shit down. Yeah. We're going to perfect this shit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because I've always
if your name's behind that.
I've always had a high standard when it came to our music, bro. Like I wanted it to sound the best, bro. You know what I'm saying? Set apart from the city, bro. And so a lot of times we'd be there all night working on. Hey, dude, Boyo did some good music with me, bro. I still vouch for those songs.
Where y'all making that music at?
All at my house.
Oh,
this the Hater Face days.
Yeah.
This the Why They Want to Kill Me days.
Yeah, we did all that. Yep. And that's when Boyo was living in La Armada at that time.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's when around the time I met Life too, Life the G.
Was he the second act that you got?
Well, no, Life didn't. Life came in. So after that, I get Boyo, right, and then Boyo. I've always seen Loudmouth like on remember they had the underground shit back in the day on the websites. Remember on the internet?
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
What was
we
it
talked
called?
about it before. It's
Underground Network or some shit like that.
Yeah, some dude had a website where all the corporate stars.
You could find everybody.
Yeah, and so that's when I first started seeing Loud because you know he'd be on there talking all the time. And back then, that's when I fucked with. Hey, bro, I fucked with everybody in the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? I rubbed elbows.
That's crazy because I see Shy One is like constantly in the comments tonight, bro, and I don't see the connection.
Hey, Shy One.
Shy
One. I started fucking with Shy One because he did artwork. That's how it started. So he did all of my artwork, like all my album covers and posters and shit like that. Because back then it was all CDs and fucking posters and. You know, straight
promo
up.
Shit.
Yeah, it was all promo shit, like shirts, you know,
You've been doing that shit since probably like high school and middle school.
We did all that shit too, you know what I'm saying? That whole shit. There's just so much did that.
So you were always on some like we gotta be on the level of the rappers from the H-Towns, the Dallases. Exactly. Like we gotta be up to par. Even though we from Corpus, our shit still gotta be up to par with these other big name rappers. And that's what I've always preached myself. So that's what's up.
Yeah. And not only that, because when these fools like I remember when remember that show with Bro did? Remember we had Bro at the motel? They were doing the show. Yeah, cause check it out because I had ran into Trae the Truth. Trae was doing some pop up at Neil's what was it called? McCall's at the time?
McCall's?
Yeah, McCall's right there in Weber. Well, I was at my crib just chilling, I wasn't doing shit. And somebody calls me like, hey, Trae the Truth's gonna be over here at Neil's bar. He wasn't performing nothing, he was just hanging out, you know, for promotion, you know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go over there, see if I can get a verse off of him. So I go over there and so I go in and so when I get there, I was there before he got there, so he's right when I get there, I see him coming in from the front door, right? Well, he has to pass through to where I'm at to get to where he's going, right? Because I guess he's going to like the DJ booth and shit. Yeah. And so when he crosses my path, I just stick my hand out like to shake his hand, and like, he looks at me and we shake hands. I'm like, hey, what's up, Doc? So I want to see how much you charging for a verse. And then he's like, you got your phone? I'm like, yeah. So he gives me his number. He goes, call me and just hang up. He goes, if you're serious, I'll call you as soon as I leave the club tonight. And he goes, because I hear he told me straight up, like I run into a lot of motherfuckers that they just want my number. And just to tell people, look, I got Trae's number.
Yeah.
And so he hit me up after the club. And so he tells me that he'll do a verse for $4,500. So I'm like, all right, that's nothing. I got it.
Was this still Gorilla Mob days?
This was
ABN, so it was him and Zero.
This is when they dropped that
Mom,
man
mama.
who's the boss.
Yeah, all
and
that. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, this is around that time, and
It is what it is, ain't?
Yeah, and all that. My mama, all the assholes by nature and shit like that. Hell yeah. So he's hot as fuck at the time. He's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
so so he goes, you know what, I'm gonna jump in with you. So he jumps in my ride, and I go to my crib to pick up the money, and then we go back to his motel room. His homeboy jumps in the back seat and counts the money. His homeboy takes off with the money back into the room, and he goes, all right, let's go back to your crib. So that's how they did the business, you know what I'm saying? Homeboy, you want to make sure the money was secure.
Hell yeah.
Type deal. Make sure everything was straight. But the whole thing, I did it by myself, you know. I was just by myself, you know what I mean? So after that, we just went to my house, and he fucking dropped the verse. And what's crazy about that verse is he told me he hadn't recorded in the last 6 months at that time. He told me.
Damn.
He goes that what they do is that they record for months at a time. And
Take
then,
breaks.
And then they just, for the next 6 months, they're pushing that music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had caught him at a time where he said he hadn't done that in a while. You know what I'm saying? He was just on the run of promoting. That's what he was doing there that night. And, man, but I got a sick-ass verse from that fool, dog. And you know what's fucked up is I never did use it.
Damn.
No shit.
I was just so caught up in the streets, bro, that I was just... Now what I did with it, I blessed life with it. I gave it to life to use.
So whenever he laid it down, it wasn't nothing but the beat? Like you hadn't rapped on it or nothing?
Nah, I bought the beat from Gabe Parker. Gabe
And it
Parker.
was, damn.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out
out to
Gabe.
Gabe Parker.
Did he do the chorus too?
Huh?
Did he do the chorus?
No, Life and them did the whole...
The hook and shit?
Yeah, they did all that.
Already.
But the verse went hard, bro. It's one of the hardest verses I ever heard.
Yeah.
Trae the Truth on, bro. But yeah, shout out to Life. Life, you know, some shit that happened with me in life. You know, I blessed him with it. You know what I'm saying? Just to make things, you know, I didn't have to, but it's just something I just wanted to do for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was more active at the time, so I said, you know what? I don't want this shit to go to waste. You know what I'm saying? Here, use it for something.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And he did. You know what I'm saying?
So the second, who were like the second and third acts you got like after like Boyo? I'm trying to figure out like when do like
So
Gotti
after
Gang come
Boyo,
in?
so fucking with Boyo, it put me in the mix. Now I'm being crossed with all the people he knows. You know what I'm saying? So that happens like when you get new artists, you know, they take you into their circle.
Yeah, we're seeing
what I'm
all
saying?
that.
So that's what I'm saying. Everything's in sex. Everything's in circles, bro. And so that's where the Gotti Gang and all this shit. And that time I was trying to form a label, right? So when I thought about Lama, I don't know how me and Lama had already known each other already, right? It was the street shit though. And cause I would fuck around a lot with Lil Green. You know what I'm saying? But so I was already doing business with them in the streets. And so when I heard Lama, like Lama was just something I had never heard of, but I liked it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? I could see somebody like him on my label. You know what I'm saying? So I reached out to Lama, like, hey, what's up? Like, let's do this. You know, let's do something with me. Like, I came at him straight up and told him, like, look, I'm not trying to take you away from the Gotti Gang or, like, you know, that whole, this is just going to be like an album thing, you know. Like
a solo thing.
Yeah, like to do with me. And, but his camp, you know, wasn't agreeing to, you know, to him doing that with me by themselves without him, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I was just like, you know what? All right, well, let's just do the whole Gotti Gang type shit. So that's how that decision came about.
That's the Got Work or the Goons
Yeah,
and Goblins?
Got work, yeah. The Goons and Goblins, I didn't really have nothing to do with it, you know what I'm saying? That's just something that Lama did and put me, you know, put my label on there and, you know, put me on the cover and shit like that. He did that out of love, you know, if anything. And shout out to Lama for that. But he did that and he incorporated what we were doing at the time, you know, with that release. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
dope.
it was a good look at the time. I understood what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? He was
dope.
doing his part. But, so yeah, and then we started doing music, you know. That's when my homeboy Tony Mundaka, shout out to Tony Mundaka. He works a lot close alongside with Dusty. He does a lot of mixes for Dusty and shit.
Oh, really?
He lives out in San Antonio. Me and him too, we go back like before me and Andy, you know what I'm saying? There's this little dude named Tony Mundak. Man, that dude has another big part of my success and what I've done as far as my music career. He did a lot of my beats and recording and stuff like that, like a lot of the songs that are my best songs that I've ever did. It was only 15 years old, bro. This little dude.
Damn.
And he was making all the
That's dope.
beats. His dad never let him go to school. Like he did homeschool, made him just learn equipment, learn him. His dad used to produce for Sade. You know what I'm saying? They're from Chicago. His dad's like one of the main people that started, house music over there alongside with other dudes up there. Like he rubbed elbows. Like they have a big musical background, and so I linked up with them. I was working for this company and shit, and that's how I linked up with the dad one day. He saw the 361 on my neck, and he was like, "Hey, what's that?" He talked like that real slang, like that Chicago slang. "Hey, man, what's that 361 in the back of your neck mean?" And I was just fucking with him. I said, "That's some gangster shit, dog. If I tell you, I might have to fucking kill you, bro." But he knew I was fucking around, right? He started laughing and shit. And he goes, "Nah, my son makes beats, and I want you to meet my son for real." And I'm like, "No shit." So boom, and me and his son we still to this day, you know what I'm saying? We still do shit together, and but like yeah, that dude played a big part in shit. And Lamont and them, they know about him, you know what I'm saying? Because they were around him. He was producing a lot of the tracks that we're recording with Lamont, and the whole 361 camp at that time. It was a fun time, bro. We did in such little time. We did a lot of shit together, bro.
How did Life come around?
Life, I met through Hellbound. Y'all heard
Gabe?
of Hellbound? Gabe?
Yeah.
Gabe. Me and Gabe always fucked around too, because back in the day, that he was one of the first ones I would get beats from too. So that's how I knew Gabe, and that's how I met you. Remember?
Gabe got a hell of a story too, right? Like
Gabe played a big part too, dude.
Yeah.
He did a lot of beats, bro, for a lot of people. And
I've heard his name rang over the years from all different circles.
Yeah, I heard the name from Droop to the point where I didn't heard it so much now where I'm like, he says Hellbound, I'm like, Gabe.
So fucking Gabe, dog.
My boy, shout out, boy.
Shout out to Gabe.
Yeah, jump in
man.
on this shit, Droop shit. Where did y'all end up meeting?
Me
at?
and fucking Droop too. Shit.
Y'all linked up at Gabe's?
He linked up with Gabe, man. Got a couple beats from him, and that's whenever I ran into him. That's why I laughed when you said the Navigator days, man, because that's when you drive around that blue Navigator.
So this is with the second 361 Records, the new generation, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah. This is around that time, because around that time, that's whenever me and SOG were really popping around, dog, and that's whenever like Lamont and Gotti Gang, they were running around. We were doing shows with Dax and shit around that time. You know what I'm saying? And so we would always run into each other and shit like that, bro. You know what I mean? And so, but he would go get beats from Gabe over there, and that's whenever I ran into him. Started fucking around with him a little bit, man. And
but
then,
you were young too. Back
yeah,
then,
I was a
right?
kid,
yeah,
dog.
This dude was young.
I was a kid, bro.
Yeah.
And he was already out there fucking up because I
Nah, real shit.
Yeah.
Real shit.
God damn.
Real shit, man.
Hell yeah. God damn. So I want to say at one point, I want to say it was probably like, man, I don't even remember what year it was. I won't even say a year because get it fucked up. But it seems like 361 Records was like the premier record label of Corpus Christi.
Well, I think it was the first label alongside. You know what?
Like everybody saying with the chains and all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
Four Corner was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Four Corner has always done their thing, bro.
Shout out.
Yeah, they had the Thug City pieces,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they did their thing down. Shout out to Four Corner and them. That's one label that I never fucking collaborated with.
Oh,
but,
really?
Like you know what? I think I did. I did. I came on Smoke put me on one of their compilations.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
I forgot what it was called. And then Small Town put me on one of that Thug CD they put out.
Yeah.
That song that I was telling you that Trax produced, that Big Ballin' song.
Yeah.
That
one was
Small
on
Town and then put that on their compilation. So, but yeah, what was your question?
I said, I remember at one point. This was kind of like after like Four Corner Hustlers, because I would say like I always like to, in my mind, like to put it in like waves. So to me, like the four corner wave came, and then like the whole 361 Records that I saw, which was like the Gotti Gang and Life and them, that was like a newer wave than what. Yeah, that wasn't the same wave as the Four Corner. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
That's two different eras.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It might have been like almost 10 years apart. Like,
so I was saying,
I was like 10
so
years
at
old.
at that point in time, it seemed like 361 Records was like the premier record label of Corpus Christi at that point in time. I'm not saying of all time. I'm saying at that point in time. Like, what went into like all like the marketing?
I guess because we're just more consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like at the time, more active.
Oh, really?
I don't think that we're the only ones doing shit because there was a lot of people doing shit at the time.
There's a lot of y'all though.
Yeah, there was a lot of people
y'all.
doing shit at the time, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. At that time,
But there was a lot of people under y'all's under your
I'm
umbrella.
just talking about y'all.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a lot of y'all. So it's kind of hard to ignore
Yeah.
that type of shit
Yeah.
when you coming like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because y'all was showing up to shows like that. Like,
Yeah.
this wasn't just for the booth type shit. Like Boyo's video shoot. There was like fucking 20, 30 people on that front
yeah,
porch.
it was a movement, bro. Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I had
You had gunplay.
the label had people from all sides of the city.
And that's what I was just about to ask too.
Yeah.
Was it like a strategic thing? So
Yeah,
we could
that's what
already.
I had already planned. That I meant that, like, I don't know, dude. Like seeing that whole death row shit growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like you want a structured label, but you want everybody to be hard hitters, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think the guys that I picked, like the Gottis and all these dudes, Boyo, Live, like I think those are some of the hardest spitting motherfuckers in the city, bro. Even to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I had a good vision of what I was trying to put together, you know what I'm saying? But when you bring a bunch of people from just different sides and nobody really grew up with each other, you know what I'm saying? But you have sex of the label that they did, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep, that shit click tight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It really is.
It really is.
It really is, bro.
The Mexican death row.
Nah, because you know what? We hey fool, like, man, if I go somewhere with Vic, bro, and some shit pops up, I'm popping off with Vic. I'm not asking Vic what's going down. If he tells me, hey, some shit needs to go down, I'm gonna. And that's how we all rode. So if something happened, it was just like a swarm reaction.
Yeah.
Like whoever's getting it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the way we moved, bro. And
The Mexican swarm.
and I'm not saying that was the best way to move at the time, but that's just the way it was at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't mean for shit to be like that, bro. But it is what it is. When you have that many motherfuckers around you, dude, that not even involved in music, and these dudes are just all fucking real ass motherfuckers, bro. Like. You
It's
know,
a
you
real
can't.
movement, dog.
Yeah,
It was
you
a
can't
real
tell them
movement,
nothing, bro.
Yeah.
You go to a show, hey, bro. You know what? I'm not even exaggerating, bro. Like, we'll be at fucking Club 54, bro. And they have a VIP section, right? Where we'd all be chilling, bro, and like they'd have it blocked off straight up, right? And motherfuckers will come, like my homeboys, to like come tell me what's up, and these dudes will get up, hey, hold up, hey, hold. And I'm like, they treated like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like these dudes in their minds, bro, because like I'm
Straight
telling
up.
you, there was fools in the hood, dude, that were investing in us, bro, that were from the streets and they were hustling, bro. And they saw these youngsters, like they really in their minds, like, damn, we're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some people really thought like that, bro. So they protected us like that. Now there was some motherfuckers ready to fucking kill some fools for us, dog. They stepped sideways at a show, dog. Like, and that's how we moved, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I would try to tell them, like, hey, but chill. You know what I'm saying? You can't like overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just the way it was, bro. But it was fun, bro. It was fun.
That's because I was thinking for every one that you had on the label, they had like a +1 homie.
Yeah.
So it was like twice as much, like, bro.
We meet up at Andy's house, dog. Like when I'm going back to Andy's, dude, we all meet up before we go to the club, and there's already like 40 people.
Yeah.
Just mobbing together. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like, and then we'd have everybody wearing 361 shirts, right? So when we get to the show, I would tell them, hey, everybody with the 361 shirt, they're my security. So they would let them all go in for free, like 30 heads, bro. Hey, all these fools fucking straight out of prison, dog, just fucking. Hey, all excited because you gave them a position into what we're doing.
Straight up.
At the club, they're like, fuck yeah, dog. They never been parts of shit. You know
They
what I'm
got
saying?
you for life now.
Yeah, and these dudes ready, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we did. That's what it was.
Who was the first artist that y'all put out or is focused on as the new generation?
Boyo. Because it started with Boyo when I picked up Boyo. I didn't have no intentions on making music myself. I wanted to play the whole CEO
That's
part.
what I was you had transition at that point?
Yeah, I wanted to, because I think, hey, dude, I think I go hard on the mic, bro. Because I'm going to bust, I just bought me a new setup about 2 weeks ago. I just spent like fucking 5-6 G's on some new equipment. And so I'm going to release some shit coming up real soon. But just because there's a lot of shit that I've been through, from the last time that I was active in the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, so much shit has gone on. So, but anyways, we pushed out Boyo first because Boyo was the first one, you know what I'm saying? And Boyo was, at the time, like, I was onto Boyo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was getting some good music out of Boyo. So I started pushing Boyo. We started doing shows. Like, all the shows were themed where we still had the Gottis and everybody performing, but Boyo was always the main act. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to push him at the time. And then I was going to backdoor it with the, you know, with the Gottis and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So, but everybody was always a part of the shows, you know what I'm saying? To where if Boyo was the act, but we always intertwined songs that he did with the Gottis to make sure they got on stage, and you know, it was a whole label type thing, you know, when we did the shows and shit like that. So.
God damn, man, that's what's up. Hell yeah. And then like what are like some of the projects that y'all like put out? Did y'all do like a compilation project?
Yeah, we put out it's called Got Work. Shit, have you ever heard that motherfucker?
I haven't heard that one. I've heard of it.
Yeah, you need to listen to it, dude, because if you listen to it, you know, because I know you're musically, you know, inclined, bro. Like, I think it's one of the best fucking compilations.
Come out of Corpus?
Yeah, come out of Corpus. Like, if you listen to the quality, you listen to the content, you listen to the artist, like, and just the whole way it was presented, bro, like, that motherfucker goes hard, bro. You know
God damn.
Everybody on there put on for the city, like, straight up, bro.
Somebody had commented earlier and said that Tone was real big on sound quality. Where did you get that from?
I would say like Mike and them, dude. You know, because I always want to make sure I sounded as good as they did. They put my voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they had a very high standard when it came to that. So it was that's just part of the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a time, because there's people in the game, dude, that they never invest in themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They'll stay fucking around on some bullshit equipment and, like, you know,
never get their shit mixed and mastered.
Never take it to the next level, and you got to take it to the next level, because all this shit takes money. You know what I'm saying? It takes money.
On that mix and master thing, were you like kind of like introduced into that, or that's something you already knew you had to do?
Well, no, because when I would go to, like, I would always get people to mix my shit for me, right? But what I would always do, I would always watch what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? So I was always watching everything. I would ask questions. Even like when Bill would come to my studio and make beats, like, I would always have Bill come make the beats in my studio, because I'm like, I don't want the whole city to have my beat after this.
Yeah, for sure.
That's some real shit. And so, shout out to Bill, he's my boy, but hey, you know, it is what it is, dog. Like, hey, there's ways of doing it. I don't want to buy no beat. You come make it over here, and you ain't leaving with it. And so I would get people to come to my studio and cook over there. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah.
So you picked up the mixing and mastering.
So yeah, I'd watch them do. I'd watch Bill make beats. I started making beats, bro. I started producing my own beats. Like I said, that shit's easy. You know what I'm saying? And I mastered everything, dude. You know what I'm saying? I produce, you know, make beats, mix, engineer, you know, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's easy, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather work in the studio with an artist than actually do my own music, bro. Like, straight up. Like, I like being one-on-one with an artist, bro, and, like, connecting on a level, like, on some Snoop and Dre type shit. Like, for real. Like, that's why I say, look, hey, people can say what they want to do, but listen to Boyo's catalog after he left. You know what I'm saying? Shit sound like trash.
Did y'all have Gravity 361 over there at one point? Christian? Gravity? Was he over there?
Who's that?
Gravity 361. Christian Peralez. Already. At the height of the new generation of the 361 records, how many acts would you say you had?
When?
At like the height of it, whenever you had like Boyo, Loud, and all them, like Life, like how many? What would you say? How many?
Well, see, like the Gotti thing, it just never got off to what we planned. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's just a lot of shit that, you know, there's a lot of shit I want to speak on, but then I don't want to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just a touchy situation, because it's not touchy for me, but I don't know how other people would feel, because I still got love for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I still, motherfuckers see me, sir. I'm in the city every motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here in the streets, bro, and I ain't got a problem with nobody. They see me, they say what's up. I see them, I say what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but I just don't know what motherfuckers want to hear, or if they don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just, you know,
keep it cordial.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, but one thing I can say, if I can give anybody advice on running a record label, is that you can't mix the streets and the street business with your artists. You know what I'm saying? That's where I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because once a motherfucker owes you money, it throws everything off. Especially if you're working and doing business together. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So that's where I fucked up. You know, motherfuckers started falling in the hole. And
Not showing up to the studio and shit because
no, me not answering their phones. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, hey, you know, I'm about money, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So a lot of the not all of them. You know, not the Gottis. The Gottis is just like, it was just something that was mutual that didn't even need to be spoken about. You know what I'm saying? It was just a mutual thing where as time went, it was just we went our ways. It was never no discussion. It was never like no disagreements, no love lost, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm still cool with, you know, all them fools. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but it just never get to where it was at. You know what I'm saying? Just put it like that.
Already shit.
Do you have a flat story? You got a flatline story?
Flatline, man. I've known Flat for a long time, bro. And we're supposed to do music together too, and I never got to that. There was this dude that I used to have on my label. He went by Sneak 186. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him.
I remember.
You might heard of him? Yeah, you could do some research. Sneak 186. He was one of the artists on my label for a while too, and he just wasn't. I don't know, dude. That dude, like I said, dude, I had a very high standard, bro, when it came to being an artist for 361. Like, you had to be fucking making some type of money. Like, you had to be on your shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, bro. That's just the way I had it. You know what I'm saying? So, well, this dude, same shit, bro. You know, he just wasn't up to par, and he went his way, I went my way. Well, I guess this dude was working at a Walmart one day, and I had just busted out that album, Texas Titans. And
Shout out Lito.
yeah, shout out to Lito, my brother-in-law. We did an album called Texas Titans. That's one of the hardest albums too, dude, that ever came out of Corpus, bro. And he runs into Flatline at Walmart, bro, right? This is working overnight, Stalker, the dude that used to be down on my label, right? And he sees Flat and tells Flat that I'm dissing him. I'm sneak dissing him on a track.
Tells Flat that you're just
on that Texas Titans album. And there's a track on there called Don't Know About Me. That's the name of the song. And shout out to Hellbound, he produced
He
it.
made that beat.
Yeah, he produced that beat. And in the beginning of the song, I say something like, all these niggas talking about this and that they put Corpus on the map. And I say something like, nigga, it's going to take a lot more than that. And I said, Tony Lito's the answer, motherfucker. And I say something like, fuck you fraud-ass niggas. And then the song starts, right? So he tells Flat that I'm talking to Flat on that part. You know what I'm saying? So mind you this, dude, by this time, me and Flat had already talked about doing a song, right? We already ran into each other at a car wash. And I had a beat that Smoke Beats had did for me. I bought from Smoke. Shout out to Smoke. I had bought a beat off of him, so I was like, you know what? Why not put Flat on it? You know, Smoke's his boy, you know what I'm saying? So, and they didn't get to that because of that situation.
Oh, shit.
So now, Flat's calling my homeboy from Saki, the guy I was telling you about, Berta, the one that invested money, calls him because he knows me and Berta are click tight.
Yeah.
And he knows Berta, so he calls him, hey, dog, what's up, your homeboy Tone, dog? Fucking diss me on this track, dog. And this and that, right? And my homeboy's like, what? They don't know what you're talking about. He goes, so he wanted my number. Flat wanted my number. So my homeboy calls me and is like, hey, Flat wants your number, bro. And I'm like, for what? Like, what's going on? And he tells me, and I'm like, give him my number. You know what I'm saying? Let him call me. So he calls me. So he's telling me, hey, dog. So he, right off the bat, dog, if anybody knows Flat, this nigga was crunk. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, hey, dog, what's up, dog? This fool always saying you dissed me on the track, dog. And I'm like, who you talking about? So he tells me who it is. So I'm like, man, dog. I said, look, I'm going to be honest with you, Flat. I said, that shit wasn't meant for nobody. I said, that shit was meant for whoever took to offense to it, bro. I said, that's who it's for. I said, so at the end of the day, bro, I just told him straight up, like, if it offends whoever, bro, that's, if the shoe fit, wear it. Basically type deal. Like, it's not meant for nobody, but if you feel some type of way and that's how you taking it, you know what I'm saying? Well, nah, homeboy said it was meant for me. I'm like, I said, nah, wasn't just meant for you, bro. It's just meant for, I'm just talking shit, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And then he's like, oh, well, if it's like that, all right, then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it diffused, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was like, all right, now, what do you mean like that? I said, nah, I would tell you straight up if it was, you know what I'm saying? So After that, it stayed like that, bro. It ruined, any kind of possibility of work together with Flat after that. You know what I'm saying? He went his way, I went my way.
Was the Walmart dude salty because he had got dropped from the label or something?
Yeah, of course that's what it was, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like me and Flat already had plans to do a song on a fucking Smoke beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so he was just a hater, bro. But that's things that happen. Like there's a bunch of inner turmoil bullshit that goes along with all that shit. But that's just the way it goes.
Are you willing to talk about it? If not, then it's
no.
all
But you
good.
know what? But me and Flat did, going back to Flat did before this. Before we move on to the next subject, Flat did. He started a fishing team, bro, and that team Die Hard, bro. And, and it's crazy because, like I said, I had never talked to Flat in all those years, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think he was part of the. There's certain people that I think are pioneers in Corpus, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude's brother, you know what I'm saying? A1, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people that are played their part into where the music is today. You know what I'm saying? Like everything deserves its, its homage. There's a lot of people that I give props to, bro. That I looked up to as artists. You know what I'm saying? Before, because they were doing the shit before I was. His brother was doing that shit with Below, and then where it was Below Life. They were doing that shit before anybody was, bro. You know what I'm saying? So those dudes, that's a whole other story. How me and Vic met. It's a fucking wild ass story when it came to his brother. But going back to Flat, years later, this happened like maybe 6 months before Flat got killed, right? Because I was fucking with Jeezy. Shout out to Jeezy.
Shout out Jeezy.
Oh, really?
Me and Jeezy were fucking around, and Jeezy was fucking around tough with Flat at the time. And me and Jeezy were fucking around tough too. So Jeezy's like, hey, you want to go fishing with me? Him not knowing that me and Flat hadn't talked in all these years because of that situation. Mm-hmm. So Jeezy invites me to go fishing with Flat, but not knowing that that's me or him, right? So when I get there and I get off the car, Flat gets off the car, and he turn around, both look at each other like what the fuck? Like, and Flat just looks at me and just goes like that, and I just, what's up, my nigga? And just, it was just Gucci. It was Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just. So that's when he started that team, asked me to be in that team. If you go back and look at the first ever picture of the first team Die Hard, I'm in that picture, you know what I'm saying? With Jeezy and Flat, Basilio, all these fools, you know what I'm saying, from the hood. And so I started hanging out with Flat for like the last 6 months of his life, dude. Like I was hanging with him real tough, dude, because we're fishing every night, bro. And we're out there chiefing, just fucking talking about shit, and it's crazy, bro, because I hadn't had no relationship with him that whole run, you know what I'm saying? And to have a run with him in the last 6 months of his life, dude. Like I fished with him like maybe 4 days before he got murdered, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the night he got killed, bro, I was with Boyo, and y'all know Dondo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Dondo. We're at Dondo's apartment, and I remember getting on Facebook, bro, and I look, and it says 8 seconds ago, the post on the fucking feed on Facebook that somebody was shot at the pier. And right when I just read that, that's all it said, a male shot at the pier. It's like 6-7 seconds ago. And right away I was like, man, dude. I thought about Flat, and that's when I told Bo, I said, hey, dude, is Flat fishing out there? So he calls Roland, which is Flat's cousin, Rolando Mota. He calls him, hey, dog. No, he gives me his number, and I call him. And I told him, hey, what's up, fool? I said, is everything cool with Flat? Something happened over there at the pier, because that's where we were fishing every night, bro. And, at the causeway. And so Roland's like, what? Somebody got shot? I'm like, yeah. I said, call him, make sure everything's good. So he never calls me back. So I wait for like a good 20 minutes, and I call him back. And he answers, and his chick answers. And then I say, hey, what's up? What happened? And she goes, hey, it was Flat. They shot Flat. And boom, we're like, what the fuck? So boom, we all get in the car, and we drove over there. And by the time we got there, everybody was already there, dude. Like his brother, his family, like we're all there, bro, right there. You know what I'm saying? And it was fucked up, dude. Just getting to know the dude on some real level type shit, on some fishing shit, like having real conversations, like no rap shit, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just about life. Like the dude he was a good dude, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I got to kick it with him and do all that shit. But yeah, that's my little flatline story. Like I got to, we became cool at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
That's what's up,
badass, bro.
Yeah. So like what like I said, if you want to speak on it, you can. If you don't want to, it's all good. What happens like with 361 Records, and does everybody just start leaving? Do you shut it down? Like what happens with that?
Well, no, everything started. Well, like I'm saying, like just internal issues with like artists. You know what I'm saying? Like just money issues and just really with me. You know what I'm saying? And it fucks up a relationship because on some real shit, bro, shit's supposed to roll. Smooth. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, ask any motherfuckers ever dealt with me, bro. They've never had no issue with me coming through with their money, bro. Or whatever, bro. Like, my name is gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know motherfuckers, hey, dude, I ask for whatever, and they'll give me whatever, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And, like, Vic's been there, dog, like, where I'm having to pay people's debts. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to pay, and motherfuckers want to get them, but I'd rather pay off their debts because, I don't want nothing to happen to these fools. You know what I'm saying? So on some real shit. So it fucks up relationships, you know what I'm saying? On some real shit because the streets and music run hand in hand together, bro. Everybody, we all just trying to do what we do, you know what I'm saying? And make some music and do everything else that we're doing, take care of our families. And so shit gets touchy when it's about money, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what it is, bro. So when it comes to shit like that, you start to distance yourself from people like that, you know what I'm saying? You start giving them the cold shoulder, you know what I'm saying? And you stop answering their calls, and because you already see their true colors, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's just the way it goes. And I'd rather do it like that than it doesn't have to be confrontational. I'll take the loss. I'm the one that spend all my investment and time into you, build you up as an artist. You should be able to take it from here. You know what I'm saying? Do your own thing. You're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? No lost love. Because like I said, I still chop it up with Bo. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Bo hit me up right before he got locked up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, my nigga, I see you with all that equipment and shit. Like, hey, if you ever need a verse, and shit, I didn't even hit that nigga back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want a verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just some people that I'm not trying to fuck with again, and there's some people I am. You know what I'm saying? But there's just some people I'm not trying to go back there because I already know what they're about. You know what I'm saying? They're just not fit for what I'm trying to do or the type of foods I fuck with on a daily. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see me with somebody like Vic, it's because me and Vic complement one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason me and Vic have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it's more than just what people think. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on some deep level shit. And that's just how I move with everybody in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because in this world that we live in, bro, like, fuck that, bro. No outsiders, bro.
That's what I was telling them. Like, shit, we done had this interview, I don't know how many times at the fucking shop, bro. Like, real shit. I done locked up the shop. He's in there where I'm counting out the drawer type shit. Like, hours of conversation. Like,
yeah, just shit. On some real life shit, bro. It's real life mixed in with music. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, dude, we're all just one step away. Like this homeboy right here, he does this podcast, but after this podcast is done, hey, his life is still right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's living out this shit, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everything has a grind. Everything has a hustle, bro. Like, there's more to all this music shit. You know what I'm saying? The music's the easy part, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the easy part.
Yeah.
But to keeping shit together and keeping motherfuckers to where they're going to be loyal and fucking, let's do this shit. Because you know what? If motherfuckers, hey, dude, I had a fucking squad, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had some hard hitters, bro. And they're all still hard hitters to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're all doing their thing, bro, because that's what they're supposed to do, right? And but I think we could have just did something. Like, if it would have worked with what I was trying to do, I think, dude, we could have really put Corpus on, bro. Like, on some real level shit. Because I started fucking with Ro and all them too, right, Vic? Remember Vic?
Who Ro?
Like Zero.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because like when Zero would come into town, yeah, like T.Ferris, when he would come into town, I'll be the first one. He'll call me. Hey, hey Tone, what's up, my nigga Tone? Because I had did music. I had got a verse from Young Red.
Oh shit!
Hey, check this out, dude. Check this out. I hit up T.Ferris because I was already fucking with when I got Trae's verse. That's what got me in. Once I fucked with Trae put me on with everybody else. Like he said, hey, this Mexican right here, they got money, bro. Like so, them fools when they know you got bread, dog, because it's business, bro. They're not trying to fuck around. They're not trying to fuck around with some bullshit ass motherfuckers trying to get a free verse. Like these dudes are about their money, bro. So they saw who the pedigree that we had, bro. Like these dudes got bread. You
they
know
about their shit.
Yeah, they on their shit. They got money. Hey, this dude said 4,500. I
gave
him 4,500 right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He would have said 7. I would have gave him 7, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna talk the man down on him. I know what he's worth. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he's a legend in Corpus. I mean, in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like
Corpus too, shit.
Yeah. So I know who's
especially.
Yeah. So yeah, but I did a song with. I wanted to get Young Red on a track, right? So I got Dusty. Dusty made a beat for me. So that's the beat that I put Young Red on, right? So I called T.Ferris, and then because Kiki put me with T.Ferris, so when I called T.Ferris, I was like, hey, I'm trying to get a song with Young Red. He goes, all right. He goes, all right, well, just send us the beat, and he'll rap his verse, and I'll tell you how much. I said, nah. I said, I want to work with him in the studio, bro. I said, I don't want to do this back and forth shit. I said, I want it to all sound good out of the same studio. He goes, well, it's going to cost money to get us over there. And I'm like, all right, well, what's up? I'll get both of y'all a plane ticket. You know what I'm saying? I'll fly y'all down here, and I'll have it. Because he said they had to do something later on that night. And I said, okay, you know what? I'll fly you down today, and I'll fly you back today, and I'll have you back the next time before. You need to get to what you get to. He's like, no shit. And I'm like, yeah, boom. Me and Vic went to the airport, paid for the tickets, boom, had him and T.Ferris there like an hour and a half later. In Corpus, right, fool? I picked him up from the fucking airport, went to my crib, fucking got him all fucked up on some lean. Tell him.
That nigga had Selena a studio booked for them and shit, right? And they went to this house that saw a studio, like, shit, this is what we got at home. So, like, fuck.
So he recorded a verse.
Hey, we got him drank the fuck out and everything, right? Hey, dude took like about 18, 19 fucking takes. Swear to God. They take him back to the fucking airport. Fucking Young Red and that fucking truck passed out. And T.Ferris like, man, what y'all do to him? This dude don't drink like that, man.
Well, he raps about it, dog. Shit, I thought he did.
God damn.
Said they rap.
Hey, but back then we'll get those 16-ounce pints, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, my brother would get those by the boxes, bro. We had those all the time, bro.
What y'all do with the song with Young Red? Whatever happened? Did it ever come out?
No, I still got that verse just sitting there.
With the Dusty beat?
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, it's a badass verse. Dude, I was just doing so much at the time, bro, that I was just stacking. I knew I was just stacking up on verses, you know what I'm saying? And
so you just got like a bunch of fucking badass features just laying around.
Yeah, just sitting there, and because I was just caught up in the streets, bro. I was out there moving and grooving, dog. I was out there getting it, bro, and it was just a beautiful time at the time, bro. And Vic was there for a lot of that shit. Dude, me and Vic went to Cali for like a month, right?
Damn.
Hey, we're only supposed to go for the weekend, bro.
Let's talk about that.
Hey, we're only supposed to go for the weekend, bro. And so I told my girl, I said, hey, babe, I'm going to go to Cali with all the dudes, and is it cool? And she was like, oh, I guess, all right. So we take off, and we tell them we're going to go for the weekend, and the weekend passes, and they're like, hey, we're going to stay here another week. And so I call my girl, and like, hey, they want to stay for another week. What the fuck? What do you mean another week? I'm like, well, hey, I'm here with them. Like, come on, man, I work hard, like, right?
Yeah.
So boom, so we stay another week, right? So long story short, we ended up staying there for a month, bro. We rented hey, check this out, dude. We rented a house in the Hollywood Hills, bro. It was 2-story, right? And fucking a pool, like right by the Hollywood sign, dude. Caddy corner to the Hollywood sign, like they show in the movies, bro. We paid 9 racks to stay there for 2 weeks, bro. That fucking house. It was like 15 of us, right? Like 15 of us. And hey, dude, I took 15 G's, dude. I came back with $200, bro. Yep.
God damn.
Yeah, we had a good time, bro. It was fucking. Hey, bro, I love Cali, bro.
Good.
That cat is dope, bro.
But yeah, that was a trip me and Vic went on, man. I took Vic. I said, let's go, bro. We've been doing a lot of shit. Let's go have a good time.
What are some of your other most memorable moments from like the 361 Records run? Like any shows out of town or opening up for any?
Yeah, we did. We opened up for 8-Ball and MJG in Austin. They had this festival where it was at like a. All I remember is like it was like an open field, but it went down in hills like that. And I remember we opened up for it was the Roots and
What the fuck?
no shit.
yeah, in Austin, the Roots and Rage Against Machine was there too. It was like a festival. It was like a festival. Yeah, it was a festival where all different type of bands were playing, like rap, just all different genres. You know what I'm saying? And we got to perform over there. Dude, we performed right before 8-Ball came out, and then after 8-Ball it was Rage Against Machine, bro. And, dude, that was the biggest show that we had ever did. Me and Mingo and the dudes that were. But that goes back to the Southern Tip days when we first started. You know what I'm saying? That goes way back then. You know what I'm saying? So, but that promoter dude's got us that show. He had all the connections, that dude. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit, bro. But it's just like I said,
So you say that was the biggest show?
Yeah,
But that really doesn't count as 361 Records if you're saying that Southern Tip, right?
Yeah, that was Southern Tip. Yeah, we hadn't came up with 361. 361, we came up with that right when they switched over to 361.
After 512?
Yeah, after the 512, they switched over, and I was like, you know what? So it was because I got the idea from the 504 boys, Master P. We all grew up on that whole Master P era, you know what I mean? Like, we had every fucking Master P album trying to keep up. He'd come out 10 a year and shit, and we fucking have every new one, like. If you didn't have every Master P album, you weren't the shit.
You were like missing out on something, right?
Yeah, dude, like you had to keep up with it.
Yeah,
every fucking, that was genius, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever did it like that. That was genius, bro. So that was our influence, bro. Listening to music like that, you know what I'm saying, and just growing up in the hood, and But yeah, going back to the 361. So I met Life when Life came into picture. It was already at a time where. Things were falling off with Bo. Things were I was still cool with the Gottis and everything, but they've always done their own thing. Everything that we're going to do with us, it was just a joint venture thing. That, they've always had their own thing going. So it's just, it never got to get to what I was trying to do with them. You know what I'm saying? So,
but y'all did do something
together?
Yeah,
we did a lot of songs together. Yeah, we put out that compilation and stuff like that. But my main thing, my heart's desire was I wanted to do a solo album with Lama. And not me be on the album. Like, I just wanted him to do a solo, but let me buy all your beats. Let me put you
producer.
Up.
You can executive producer.
Let's intertwine our creativity together. Like, let's do something, me and you. Yeah. And that's really what I've always wanted with Lama. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always had, like, I just always liked Lama's music. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a fan of his.
That's not, like... impossible still. I mean, he's still like he was just saying he just performed on 420 and killed that shit at the House of Rock. So he still got
that
it.
Shit don't never
and you
leave
got
us.
That itch. You just don't drop
that
whatever
shit don't never
said.
leave us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Music don't have an age limit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And and my whole thing is, like I told my girls, like, I just want to make music because I just got so much shit to say that I know people can relate. You know what I'm saying? And music's been a part of my life my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just trying to leave some music, behind because my kids love my music. You know what I'm saying? Like, my she's a music fan. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, she wants to make beats herself and shit like that. So this gives me an opportunity to do stuff with her, let her see some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter wants to do, just some beat making, but not like, on some real shit, but just personal, just to do shit at home.
Yeah. Well, hopefully being on here and just the love that the flowers of people that are giving you, that are tuned in and all that, hopefully it sparks something in you to want to continue or start something new, because shit, you got something working already. Hell yeah, that's what's up. How do you and Vic come across each other?
Vic, me and Vic, once we met, we sat down and talked about shit. Like, I would tell him I would see you, dude, because remember he said you would live right there off of Staples at that house, and he would tell me stories about him living at that house. And there'll be times when I'll be cruising down Staples and I would look that way and I would always see him, but I didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? So, but I knew his brother first, A1. And because when I left Andy's, I also started fucking around with Sammy.
Happy Alone.
Yeah, with Happy Alone Records, with Skagnetti and them. Damn. So, shout out to Skagnetti. They heard that I had already built a name for myself, but Sam and them had, I was paying them studio time to record some music because I wanted to stay working, right?
Were they downtown?
No, they were over there right there by the Yellow Rose.
Okay.
Had some shops back there in the back.
Okay.
And so I would go and record over there. Well, Sammy, I guess he liked what he was hearing, so he started saying, "What's up? Let's do something together." You know what I'm saying? Like under my label type shit. So that was my first time as just being an artist and not because I've always been having my own shit, like CEO type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like being the main dude calling shots and shit, like keeping shit orchestrated type shit. And so it was my first time being an artist. So I did a little run with Sammy, and that's when Player Baby and all them Third Coast, they were on that label too at the time. You know what I'm saying, man? Like I said, man, those are all my boys. See, I got history with all them fools. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to everybody that paved the way. To
That's how I met my brother.
So that's where I met his brother, right? So me and his brother start going out because his brother liked going to the clubs. You know, he liked drinking and partying and shit. So he started taking me out because we'd be there at the studio and I'd be there recording or he'd be recording, whatever. And so we went out one night and he was like, "Man, Tone, let's work on some shit, dog." Like he goes, "I like your shit." He goes, because we rap totally different, but we rapped along the same lines, the same type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we come a lot similar background. Like, I have a lot in common with Vic. You know what I'm saying? Like, we come from a lot of the similar background too. And but me and his brother, we had plans, bro. And so it was quick, bro, with me and A1, bro. Like, we started hanging out. We're real tough, and just like that, he was gone, bro. So I didn't know he had passed, right? I just felt like it had been some time. We just hadn't talked type shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we lost contact, bro. But I went to what's that barbershop? Can't Be Faded. Or no, it was Hair Raisers at the time.
Hair Raisers at the
Yeah,
time.
and the one on Harris.
It
Yeah,
was the first one they had.
Yeah. With the big one.
The smaller one.
Oh, the smaller one. Okay.
They had
smaller
them
one.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that's all right.
So I go over there one day to get a haircut, and Vic's walking out, and I'm walking in, and for some reason I think he's A1. So I'm like, "What's up, fool? Where you been, dog?" And Vic's looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" And Vic's looking, he goes, "Hey, dog," like just the look on his face, he was like, "I think you think I'm my brother, bro." And I'm like, "Who's your brother?" He goes, "A1." I'm like, "Yeah, that's not you." and he's like, "Nah." He goes, "That's my brother." I said, "Hey, dude, I swear to you, I thought he was A1, bro." Like, that's how much they resembled each other to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's when he tells me, he breaks the news that, his brother passed away. You know what I'm saying? And after that, dude, me and Vic been like,
We've been clicked tight like a motherfucker.
like we ain't never like, we've had little times here and there where, we lose contact here and there. Life just goes on for people, you know what I'm saying? And you tend to be on different paths and shit like that. But we've always been consistent, since the day that we met, you know what I'm saying? Like, the love that I had for his brother just transferred to him, basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, because to me, they're the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, they're the same person. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that's who he was that day. You know what I'm saying?
Then we started kicking back more. Then he find out later on that, oh, you was that nigga on Staples?
Yeah, on Staples, like, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's when I put it together, and I was like, what the fuck? So, yeah, that's how me and Vic got down.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we.
And just on, I got some other shit, too. Some street shit that we do. That we did back, whatever.
No, you good? Because I want to ask. How did y'all end up reconnecting recently to where y'all started? Like you said, y'all got some music in the vault right now. How did y'all reconnect recently on the music tip to where y'all said, you and Vic, to where y'all decide, let's start making some music together?
Whoa.
Oh, that's something that we've always had, something that we always want to do, that we always talked about. Like we have shit to say. You know what I'm saying?
Can you break this up?
We come from a different breed. You know what I'm saying? That let's talk our shit type shit, right? But it's just not until recently where he decided, what, I'm buying everything. He's like, remember all that shit you're talking? He's like, we're going to do it now. Like, oh, all right. We got something in the vault then.
How many songs what y'all say y'all got ready right now to go?
Now, honestly, I ain't, like I said, I just barely got the studio maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so the stuff that y'all do have recorded is like some older stuff?
Yeah, like I don't have anything recent, like all this, just the music that I've made throughout the years.
Okay, bad.
But I already have stocked up some beats, you know what I'm saying? Like I already have some songs that I've been writing and that are waiting to get recorded. right now what I'm doing is I'm fine tuning my studio. I got somebody coming from Austin, my homeboy Moondog. He's gonna come and just get everything my studio preset to where it's gonna be just set to where I just gotta record, send him everything. So everything he has, I'm getting, so we could duplicate each other's studio. So when I send him everything, everything's
already,
type shit. So I'm just treating my room right now. I'm waiting on some. I bought out all the fucking soundproof from Guitar Center. They don't even have no more, so they gotta fucking deliver me some. So I'm waiting for it to come in so I can finish. I just got like this left side and this other side that I just need a soundproof, and because I want to make sure it sounds real nice. So right now I still hear a little bit too much of echo in the corner of the room. So I gotta fix all that first before I can start recording. So But the question, I can just do it like anybody else, but I want my shit. I'm setting a high standard. Like I got my shit, dude. I know it's my studio, bro. It's just I'm just want to get all my shit ready. And,
rather take the time and do it right than rush it and do it wrong.
Music's easy, bro. And that shit's easy, bro. Easy.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, it's easy.
Hell yeah. No, but the question I had asked earlier was, what are with the new generation or that second generation of 361 Records? What are some of your most memorable and fun times that you remember?
Was with that whole time with the Guardian on them dudes, man. It was we had a lot of good times, all of us, bro. Like from after parties, to
what's the highlight after party?
Every shit, man. We always went back to La Mouse, bro. It was always at La Mouse Pier over there off of.
Is that in Oso Park?
Is it Whitaker?
Yeah, over there. Yeah. Everybody. That was the spot. That's where we all went.
Loudest Bombs, right?
Yeah.
That was his studio.
Coop and everybody. Shout out to Coop, all them dudes. You know what I'm saying? The whole Gotti family, dog. We did a lot of music, dude. We did. We had some good times. You know what I'm saying? We all helped each other. And whatever we did. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was a good move. It was a good look, and everything lasted.
Were you taking any like of the 361 record artists to like H-Town to do shows and shit like that?
Nah, we did everything here. Right when I was gonna check this out. There was a time where, like I said, when I started fucking around with the Macestown Cats and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I started fucking with those dudes, right? Well, I went through my own little personal thing where I stepped away from the music and all that. That's what happened with the whole. So backtrack before I get to that story. When Life came into picture, because there's a whole other little segment when Life came into picture. Because, like I said, I met Life years back at Hellbound Studio. I ran into him. He was there buying some beats from Hellbound. So we chopped it up or whatever. And Life was real young at that time. So he showed me some of his music and stuff like that. I was like, man, it sounds pretty cool, whatever, right? So, but I didn't see him again for a good minute. So when I started fucking with Bo, Bo would fuck around with Merc Rock and all them dudes. You know what I'm saying? So Bo had real close ties with all, the whole Gunplay music.
Rest in peace, Merc.
And RP Merc, you know what I'm saying? And so Life was fucking around with Merc and them at the time, you know what I'm saying? So when I ran into Life at Boyo's house, I just showed up one day to smoke some bud, and Life was there, and he was like, "Hey, you remember me?" And this and that, right? Like, yeah, when I ran into him at Hellbound Studio, and like, yeah, I remember you. So by then, that's when I had just gotten. I was still had the Gottis, and we were all still doing our thing at that time. So when I brought Life into the picture, it kind of like started some shit between him and Gunplay, because I thought that Life was on his own. I didn't know that he says he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But, when I brought him over, it kind of threw him and Merc Rock on a little bad little road for them, because I guess they felt like they had done so much for Life at that point, you know what I'm saying? Type deal or whatever. But Life said there was always love with them, and this and that. Was just Life just saw an opportunity he saw what I was doing with the Gottis, with Boyo. Like, we're doing good at the time. You know
so he had been down with Gunplay up until that point, but nothing like on paper or nothing like that.
Nothing like that. He was just, I guess, just around them. That that's where he was at. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's something.
I mean, shit. From my point of view, I thought he was. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but see, I didn't know Gunplay like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't follow their movement like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, those were all Boyo's homeboys. Like, I was all new to them at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so me, I was just business minded. You know what I'm saying? So when I came across people, if I felt like, I could put them a piece of the puzzle to what I'm trying to do with this label shit, I'm gonna holler at fools just like I hollered at Loudmouth and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was always just business ventures, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong, of people venturing off, even if they're in a group. If somebody's trying to help you out and
put some money behind this.
Put some money and to put you out there even more, and just to
let's get behind him.
Then why not? You know what I'm saying? And you can still include your camp on the songs or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
damn.
It's not no taking some, but people like it just gets territorial.
So
bro.
you were basically gonna invest everything, not ask them to put up a dime, and basically
I was
split
for everything.
Yeah, and gonna split.
Yeah, like they didn't pay for no beats, no studio time, no album covers, no nothing. Like I did everything. Like,
that was the original plan that you had with Loud to do a solo project, to do the promo, probably T-shirts and posters and
CDs but with Loud, with Loud and them, they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they always had their.
No, but I'm saying that was your plan to do Loud as a solo artist.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted. Yeah.
Hell yeah. God damn, man, that's what's up.
I don't know, like even like let's just say Vic. Like if me and Vic are gonna make some music, like I already know in my mind, like I know Vic so well that I know how I'm gonna want to work with Vic in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good. I know he's good at what he does, but for people to be open minded in the studio and to take
criticism and shit.
Not really criticism, but direction. Like I always tell people, there's two things that men have a hard time understanding in life is when a man's trying to help lead your life and then a man trying to tell you what to do. There's two differences, you know what I'm saying? Because as men, everybody, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. There's a macho-ness to it. But if you can put that to the side on some music shit and like, hey, let's both be, let's open our minds to how I think you should say something. Not taking away what you wrote, but just try to say it like this.
Yeah.
And so producing is more than just getting in there and just pressing record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear the best Vic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just let Vic record something and he fucked up at a certain spot and then just put him out there like
we
that.
We don't both pretend like we didn't hear it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that would do that to people in studios because they just want their money for the studio time and get them out there and they won't produce them. Yeah, they just record them however and just send them all their way. Like me, if you're gonna record, we're gonna make this shit sound like if we're trying to go platinum, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like let's work for real. You know what I mean? Let's be some music artists. You know what I'm saying? Take it serious.
So you say you basically you get life on the team, but you don't know. So there's kind of like a conflict of interest. And
just the transition from him going from, I guess he said that they claimed, or I don't know what the case was. He was Jeep, Gutta or what was it? Gunplay or whatever. And
Gutter Boys take it back one time.
Yeah, but I told him, I said, hey, dude, once I did look into it, I was like, damn, this fool's on all the videos. You know what I'm saying? But I understood Life's position too. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have still been a situation where he could have did an album with me. You know what I'm saying? But the way they reacted, pushed him more on the like. He wanted to do like an album deal, but their reaction made him lean towards more, I'm just going to go join the label type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of the reaction. It was their reaction that made him, go this way full course because he looked at it like they should understand, like, this is just an album thing I'm doing with you type deal. That's how he was looking at it. But just things get, twisted up between people, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. But that's how me and Life started working. You know what I'm saying? So he comes in at a time where things start kind of falling off with Boyo at the time. So, hey, dude, Life is a workhorse, bro. Like, if anybody can come into the studio and have 6 beats and make 6 songs, it'll be Life, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this dude works. You press record, you tell him, if you even tell him that, hey, the studio's available tomorrow, so this dude was there. Hey, I will tell everybody the studio's going to be open tomorrow. Life was the only one there. Boom, boom. And I'm not talking about like the Gaudis. By then, we're already kind of like, doing our own thing. And, but Boyo started, kind of like getting kind of, not really liking the idea that Life was on the team because he was like, oh, that dude's not, But I told Boyo, I got, this is my artist, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but it's because Boyo knew we were falling off already. He was just trying to like, just do his little what Boyo does, but But besides that, you know, I started working with Life, and dude, Life was just busting out bangers every day, bro. And I was just buying beats from Gabe Parker, like on an everyday basis, bro. I was buying them like $300-400 a pop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was charging for the beats, because Gabe had some massive production at the time, bro. Like, so.
That's when he was downtown at that building, right?
Yeah, downtown at that building.
That was a trip. We had to like go outside to the parking lot in the far corner to go smoke.
They go smoke in the top,
yeah,
in the fucking in the roof and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Life, dude. Life was, man. Me and Life are still, you know, real close to this day. You know what I'm saying? Real close today. And me and Life had our own little shit too. Me and Life, it's like it's just story after story. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what makes the fucking game, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we all still, like me and Life, you will never even know that we ever had a bump in our road. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll never know.
Did y'all ever put out a project, you and Life?
Yeah, we put well, the project we were supposed to put out for him, what was it called? Man, we did an album cover for it and everything, dude. Man, I can't remember the name of it. If Life's on, tell him to tag it or write it in the comments.
So at that point, Life was he like the only and like the flagship artist?
Yeah, at the time he was the artist I was pushing at the time.
Already.
Yeah, he was the front runner at that time. And but yeah, we did music videos for Boyo. We fucking did a bunch of shit with Havo G. Havo G did some videos for Boyo.
That's what I was gonna say. Who was shooting y'all's videos back then?
Havo G did one. Green,
I'll shoot you.
Yeah, Green, I'll shoot you at the time. He did some for.
He was knocking them out left and right back then.
Yeah,
that was all during that time.
He was doing everybody's videos at that time. Fucking Green.
Yeah, that was massive too, because like to have all these people that are different groups and each of them are getting their own fucking dope ass video. And at that time, shit, nobody was fucking with Green on that film.
And no shit.
And that's all under the same roof.
At that time,
The dude is rapping. He's also shooting the videos. Like you kind of
That's dope.
Yeah, he's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
He was a jack of all trades at that time, dude.
Yeah, he had his own little business cards made up and everything. I
Hey,
swear I
that's
still
slick
got
too.
one.
Hey, don't they have a place on Everhard? It's almost like they stole his name a little bit.
Shoot ya?
Yeah,
Shoot ya photography.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of got that from him or something, dog. Like,
Yeah.
that was a slick ass name.
Yeah, he had a dope ass little logo and everything.
Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? Is like all the music that I've done throughout the years. Like, I felt we've always kept a good, consistent flow of like as far as me, what I've done throughout all the years with all these different artists, and always constantly trying to build a label and keep the name going. You know what I'm saying? Like, or sometimes even just having to do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Those times where I was just recording and making music by myself. You know what I'm saying? And just putting it out. But one thing I never did, I always tell. I snapped the other day. I was like, what's crazy? Like, I got this label off, and to where we put our print in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like we did our part, and but what's crazy is that I never fucking dropped one music video. And my name was out there still with no music video. You know what I'm saying? Like even to this day,
just the aura of him just floating around.
Like just the what we were doing was good. You know what I'm saying? Like was good enough. Like because back then it was different. It was all about going out and doing shows and like you're saying promo and all that shit. Like we did all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember we had an autograph signing, bro, with fucking Big Mo and fucking the whole Rec Shop crew.
Damn.
Remember with G, R.I.P. G from
Silk's brother?
Yeah, Silk's brother. Yeah. Check this out. Silk's brother, G. I had a homeboy. He used to be on my label. His name was, man, what did he go by? He went by Sick. He was from the Saki neighborhood. My homeboy Berta, that was his homeboy. So that's how I put him on because that was his homeboy. He wanted to put someone to rip their hood. So I put that dude in. And who were we talking about?
The dude.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You about to throw the whole room
off.
Now
I'm fucking stoned. What was I talking about?
That the dude had wanted to do the Sick got signed or something because you wanted to keep going with something.
Yeah, but before that,
shit, I'm high as fuck myself.
Look at Vic.
Oh, look at it. I was like, what?
We high, y'all.
Oh shit, we high as bitch.
Nobody was saying what he was talking about before that. Though.
It was a point I was gonna get to.
It was about life shit, I think.
Life. Fucking life. I don't know, dog.
Fucking
There's just so much shit in this shit that we did, dog. Like, you know what? Oh, like about the music videos. That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
There you go.
Videos,
Yeah, about the music videos. I don't even know.
Without
what about,
shoot you.
Nah, we're already past
You were
that.
shooting
hell
those.
yeah. Fucking,
Look at me.
when did you meet Havo G? Did you know him back in the day, or you just met him?
Yeah,
like,
Havo. I've always known Havo. Man, Havo's good people, bro. Like,
Yeah, shout out Havo.
yeah, Havo's always been good people. You know, try to drop that knowledge on everybody because we're all way younger than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was always trying to put everybody on some shit, and
Yeah, he's in the
that
game,
dude has
bro.
he's an artistic. Yeah, he's an artistic dude, man. Yeah, he's cool. Havo G.
hell yeah.
Yeah, but we just did those videos with him and shit like that. Like, that's really it.
What about Dax? Y'all ever do shows with like Dax or anybody like that?
Nah, I never did. You know, Boyo and them did. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did shit for Dax and shit like that. But they were on 361, but they would go do that shit with Dax. Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, there was a lot of those shows. Like at what was that club right there on Castores? Everybody would go to.
Which one, Sweeties?
Sweeties.
Or across the street
Everybody
at,
would
was
go
it Midway or some shit?
Yeah. Like, there was just some shows I would
Ayers
go to,
Event
and then
Center.
some shows I wouldn't.
Already.
Like I would tell them, y'all go do it. You know what I'm saying? And I would fucking stay home. Like, you know, they'll go out and do that shit. And,
I think I met you at the Pit, bro.
yeah,
I think that might have been
was
the
my
first
cousin's
thing.
club. That was
Jesse?
my cousin. Yeah, my cousin Jesse's. That
Yeah,
was
me
his
and
club.
Jesse go back, bro.
Yeah,
I
that's my
got
cousin.
Jesse
They
like
opened
for
up a
life,
club
bro.
and they started putting everybody like doing shows right there on.
Everybody
Leopard.
on.
Everybody's
Yeah.
always doing shows.
From Tejano shows to fucking, what was it, Juan Gotti was out there.
Yeah.
Dope.
Hell yeah.
Everything.
Yeah,
Point
that's a
said
fucking-
Life's album was called Walk With Me. Was that it?
No, not that one. No. Man, what the fuck was it?
Shit, y'all had some safari runs too.
Yeah, some safari runs too. Yeah, we did shows over. Y'all were there a lot too in those
Yeah,
days.
yeah. That's what I said. I think those were the days we met. I was still doing music at the time.
Yeah, man. There's just so many shows, bro. And that's one thing too. Like there was a good movement, bro. Like the city. There was a time when the city did show love to the shows and to the, to the artists and shit like that. Like there was a lot of good times too.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Y'all performed like the Center Theater, Yellow Rose, and shit like that.
Those are like the
Rose.
bigger ones. I'm talking about like Diana's place and shit.
That was like later on, though. He
Yeah,
said-
but from every level. you know?
yeah.
All of them, bro. All of them.
Hell yeah, man. Shit.
Like
That's what's up.
I even produced like there's been other people that have rapped on beats that I've made and shit like that. Like one of y'all know Playboy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of Playboy's biggest songs that he did was on one of my beats. He heard it, he was just like, dude, let me have that beat tone, you know what I'm gonna do to it. So I hooked him up with that. Like that's another thing too. I had my little producer phase too, dog. Like, man, making beats was fun, bro. Like I used to do that too, a lot. A lot of the beats that I made myself were on my own shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I make beats too. But I'm not trying to make beats this time around. Like this time around, like I was telling Vic, I just want to be in my own artist for a change. Like I don't want no label. I'm not trying to build a label, but I want to build something. But I want to focus on what I want to put out as far as my content and focus on myself. Like the way I've always tried to focus and vision everybody else. Like I'm gonna pour all that same energy in myself.
Hell yeah.
And cause I got some shit, dog. Like I think my music is just different from a lot of people, bro. Like I don't sound like nobody, you know what I'm saying? And it's just the shit that I lived and that, that I've done with my homeboys and just because all that is all together that just my whole life is what I want to tell, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to music.
real
Because
shit.
I know there's a lot of motherfuckers that can relate to my story because Corpus is a city, bro, that man, I always tell everybody it's my bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way that you can't figure out, to make it in Corpus. You know what I'm saying? And it's just where I grew up, born and raised, and I got love for Corpus. And there's a lot of shit that needs to be told. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people that don't spit out certain content. You know what I'm saying? And I come from the streets, dog. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that type of music and that image out there for people that are afraid to touch that side of music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what, like one of my favorite rappers is Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like he raps straight from the hood no matter what.
Real trap
like,
shit.
Real shit, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like Corpus, dude. Hey, I know some hustling motherfuckers, bro. that all they've been doing their whole lives is straight up getting it from the fucking game, bro. Like their whole motherfucking life. Like that's how they live, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say no names, of course, but I'm saying like there's motherfuckers out here really living, you know, a way a way that is not being depicted.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know, and I'm not trying to bring light to, you know, any of that, but I'm just saying there's just some music that there's a genre and content for every stage of the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think that I can bring, and certain people that I want to work with, that we could bring that element to Corpus, because other cities and states are thriving off that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what the city's missing, is something that's going to set apart from what Corpus is always known to do. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to think outside the box and go on, you know, like I tell people, you know, you need to make music, of course, straight from the heart, but, you know, on a grand level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to perfect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get down to that type of music like we did before in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we thrived on, and that's what I want to do for the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, Corpus, they want to call Corpus the crooked and all this shit, but I don't see nobody matching that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what the game's missing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That real street life shit, bro. The shit that we come from.
Are you gonna shoot some videos this go around?
That's what we've been discussing, bro. And that's another thing too. Is like, you know, I might wear a mask or something. Nah, just play. Nah, definitely gonna have to do some videos. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? Because and the last person that I like, the reason I have so much respect for Flatline is because he saw what I envisioned. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the whole Bloody Money music movement, they have a certain look. You know what I'm saying? And you tell me what other Corpus groups, you know, could look side by side like with the Bloody Money, you know, movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had that right idea. He came from the same cloth that we come from, that Vic comes from. You know what I'm saying?
It's that Brandon movement, bro.
Yeah, and, you know, he had that, the way he was, you know, repping the city is really where he came from, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really something there to see. You know, it's not just music, you know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers really living this shit.
Living and dying behind it.
Yeah, and there's some people that, you know what? I have a lot of my homeboys that, hey, Tone, I'm in it till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? And to you, you know, I run into a lot of positive motherfuckers that are trying to put people on positive shit, but there's some people that they love doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? And
same ones that showed up to,
it's like,
to city skates.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? There's a verse that I wrote, right? It says something like, what did it say? Something to the point like, I know it hurts. I know I hurt my family at times, and some of the decisions that I make and the things that I do in life, right? And like how, and the song I say, how you think I feel, you know, when I'm the one out here doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel good sometimes about half the shit that I do.
Yeah.
But somebody got to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just the life that we come from. Like I told you, you know, when if you notice, you know, how I talked about the kind of life, the upbringing that I come from, like, there's just some things that run deep, you know what I'm saying? And that you stay connected to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just one of those motherfuckers that, hey, I'm in it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, all in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no halfway in, halfway out type shit. And that's what I want. And I'm like that with everything that I do. When it comes to music, when it comes to all this shit, I'm going to go all in with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I come from, like that. Doing shit like that.
Man, before we get up out of here, top 5 Corpus rapper, solo, or group of all time. In no order.
Top 5 in Corpus. Well, Flatline's definitely up there. I got definitely put A1's up there. Real talking. That's not because I knew him personally or anything like that. Like, you know, he's one of the ones that when I heard, because, hey, we used to go through the phone book and call their studio and shit to find out how much their studio time, because they were in the phone book and shit.
Damn.
And they were the only studio that was in the phone book, you know. So to us, we thought they made it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
We thought they were a real label and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's a legitimate
so
shit.
yeah, and A1 was part of that shit, dog. And so I gotta give shout out to A1, bro. So Flatline, A1. One of my personal favorites, I would have to say Life.
Already.
Life. Who else? Let me see. Let me think good, because there's a lot of good artists out here.
Y'all make sure to follow us at Riding High Podcast on all platforms.
I would say the Gaudis are in there,
Already.
but as a whole, you know, to me,
Already.
I'll pick them as a whole, as a group.
Yeah, I always think that's kind of hard.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Solo
because
act
they're
or
all
group.
hard hitters, bro.
Well, yeah, because each of them
Yeah,
could
they're all
really
good.
stand alone.
Yeah.
You
Like,
could put them all
Loud
out one
here,
by
Green
one.
there, and Nichols there, and they'd never have to be on the track
You could
with
put
each
them
other.
all single out, you know, and they
Yeah.
all do their thing. You know what
Facts,
I'm
bro.
saying? So how many is that?
That's 4, right?
Yeah.
Man, bro.
Oh, nice too.
I really can't say Drew because I haven't really heard enough. I need to get into his catalog because I've been out of the loop. But I know my homeboy goes hard. So, but I would have to say that's really it, bro. If I had to pick, bro, like I'm trying to think of what I like. I'm very picky when it comes to music, bro. Like
Okay, well, give us a producer for your 5th one.
a producer.
From Corpus that you really like their sound, their production, and everything they brought to the table.
Man, I would have to say fucking man. I would have to say Gabe Parker to me, bro. He he knows what I like, you know what I'm saying? Like the type of beats I like, and he just never fails me, bro. I would have to say him.
Already.
It's because those unbeatable
And
days,
my
y'all
homeboy
were backing
Moondog,
him
my
on
homeboy
that.
Moondog, he made me some bangers too.
Hell yeah. You were talking about I remember you mentioned Water quick earlier. Who were some earlier Corpus acts that you also remember from the earlier rap days? Say like Small Town Killers and them was around.
Yeah, Small Town, Four Corner, the Wood Boys. Who else?
You said Northside Bomb
Happy
Squad. earlier.
Alone. Yeah, but those were like that was a gang and shit.
Yeah. We get into that all the time. Creek
Yeah.
clears that shit up.
That was a gang, bro. Right? That was straight up a fucking Northside Bomb Squad.
He said it was a song, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And the song started that
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
of all that.
Was
Remember that dude K-Rock, bro?
Who?
K-Rock.
Oh yeah, K-Rock, but that's Lamont and them. Yeah, West and all them dudes.
Who were the
Lamont,
low-key ballers?
Low key ballers. That was Isaac P. And I don't know who else was a part of his group.
A dude named
But yeah.
Blas. Shout out Blas. He's on my Facebook, man.
Yeah, they were doing some. Who else? Man, Small Town. You remember anybody else back then? Those days?
Those earlier days? Shit, it's all
really
good.
it,
It's all
bro.
good. Shit, you got anything else before we get up out of here? For sure, man. Well,
Shout out to Riding High.
appreciate you, man. It's your boy DJ Lil King, Riding High Podcast, Riding High with DJ Lil King. Appreciate the special guest for today, man. That dude.
Last
Tone.
minute.
Last minute also, man. Tone representing 361 Records, you know what I'm saying?
That was a good one,
OG
boy.
pioneer
There's some
of
new
this
music
rap
coming
scene,
soon.
you know what I'm saying?
I'll be
Hey.
reaching out to some artists for real. Like there's some people I got in mind that I want to reach out to, because I want to put out I want to put out a compilation again, like to bring
Yeah.
everybody back together. Like certain people I want to fuck with, and I want to put out a solo project, and I want to work just with a lot of other artists and just to put music out, just to put on for the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, basically, that's just my mission, is just to put on for the city. Like, we need to try to do something to get a spotlight in Corpus, you know what I'm saying, on the next level type shit, to where motherfuckers really want to try and do something if they want to do some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, so can I tell him?
yeah.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, we got a project coming out under 361 Records, man. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
Sure.
that's what's
Yeah, I'm gonna work with some with Drew for real. Probably do like a duo, you know what I'm saying?
Alright.
And just have features with me and him, you know, through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And feature other people from the city and shit like that. I got some stuff too I'm gonna do with Vic. You know, there's a lot of stuff, and I know so many people that I'm still, you know, click tight with, and I want to work and do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
For sure. Shit. Let everybody know where they can follow you at, man.
Well, right now I'm just on Instagram under Tone361, on Facebook under Tone Carrillo. I'm gonna make a website and then some artist pages and stuff like that coming up. I know at first I was just trying to do some personal shit, you know, just to make some music, but it always starts off like that, and it just you can't just, like I say, you can't just be a little bit in. So I plan on, you know, making some moves and just trying to put some music out there, some good music, and just to tell my story, and that's it, and to rep the city, and, you know, hopefully collab with some other artists and put on for the city. That's it.
Hell yeah, for sure. Hey man, it's your boy DJ Lil King, Droopy M, Riding High Podcast, Riding High with DJ Lil King, Tone 361 Records, man, Freak Man behind the scenes, Cantu, Alex, Vic back there, RIP A1, RIP to all the fallen 361 soldiers, man. At Riding High Podcast on all platforms. Appreciate everybody who watched this live, everybody who goes back and watches this, man. It's the Riding High Podcast. We out this thing.
Yeah.